And now, located in the north end zone, are your home Warriors from Webster, Schroeder.
Welcome to WTV Channel 15 for this exciting Section 5 football clash between our crosstown rivals, the Webster Schroeder Warriors and the Webster Thomas Titans. I'll tell you, we're really excited about this crosstown rival on a beautiful night for football. Tell me, Terry, what do you think is going to happen here in this contest tonight when these two crosstown teams go at it?
Well, first of all, Bob, every night's a great night for football, but this certainly is a little extra special. It's going to be really a great matchup. First game of the season, you have the preseason number 4 team, the Thomas Titans, coming up against a team trying to replace some key parts in Brett Segala and Will Blake. And it's going to be really an interesting matchup. Strength of the Thomas up front against Schroeder's speed, and see how that works out across the evening.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful night for football. Like you say, every night's a good night for football, but this is just outstanding here tonight. And we got a great crowd. The parking lot is jammed with cars, and everybody came here. And you know, what a way for the schedulers to put this together, Terry. You know, the two Webster teams going at it on the very first week.
Yeah, and I don't think last year, if I'm not mistaken, Bob, these teams did not play, and it was a little bit disappointing to not have this crosstown rivalry. And for both of them, it's a non-league game. And so in some ways, it's a preseason game, you know, especially for Schroeder, they're trying to figure out who's going to be their quarterback, who's going to be their go-to offensive guy.
Right now, you can see out on the field, they're getting ready for the national anthem. It's going to be sung by a warrior, young lady named Christina Abelvarnar, and she's going to start the national anthem just in a moment.
My name is Carmen Camina. I'm the superintendent of the school district. And we have a new tradition that we're going to start tonight. Whether or not you attend Spry, Willing, Schroeder, or Thomas, we all belong to one community, and Webster always wins these types of events. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a W. Give me an E. Give me a B. Give me an S. Give me a T. Give me an E. Give me an R. What's that spell? What's that spell? Thank you so much.
Superintendent of the schools getting the crowd all pumped up there with a little chant, all in one, kind of almost stealing a little thunder away from the Buffalo one.
The one Buffalo,
for the Bills.
Yeah, one Webster.
Well, that's a nice thing to start. Like you say, it's the beginning of a new tradition between the two middle schools and the two senior schools. And, you know, what a great night to be able to do this as the players are facing the flag. They're getting ready for this national anthem.
Remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Webster Schroeder Sr., Christina Abelvarnar.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A great rendition of the national anthem, once again done by senior Christina Abelvarnar. And nice way to kick it off. It kind of adds to that tradition of football. Like you say, football's a fun sport, and it's always a good night for football, but that national anthem kind of gets everybody pumped up.
It absolutely does, and full marks to her. That's one of the hardest songs to sing. You don't sing it with a band or anything like that, and you're just out there. And she did just a bang up job. And now we're ready to go, Bob. The captains are starting to make their way out to the center of the field, and just getting the pregame jitters out of your system. I know for all these guys, let's just get to the kickoff and get the first hit out of the way, and then just start playing the game that we all love.
I'll be waxing a little nostalgia up here tonight, being that this is my last broadcast for Webster Schools, basketball or football. So, with my sidekick Terry McCarthy, we're going to try to give you a real good broadcast tonight. And with Webster playing Webster, it ought to be a heck of a contest.
For sure, and what a way to go out here, Bob. Webster game, right? Yeah,
you got to do it. I mean, for all the Webster games I've done in 15 years, who knows? Maybe this could be a barn burner. We'll wait and see.
For sure. And for Thomas, it's going to be just can they live up to the hype? Number 4, as I said, number 4 preseason. They have a really strong front line, both offensively and defensively. Nick Zona, all Greater Rochester Player of the Year, a returning quarterback, and Brendan Smith, and looking to control the line of scrimmage for Webster Schroeder. It's going to be turning the reins over to a couple of young guys, either Andrew Millen or Malachi Duvall, their quarterback rotation. They're going to try to get both those guys in the game and figure out who's going to lead this Warrior team throughout this season.
You see the captains out there talking to the referees, and they're going to flip the coin. Now they're going to tell you who's going to be kicking off and who's going to be receiving. The Warriors are going to kick, and Thomas will receive and more or less defend the southern end zone. As I said before we went on the air, Terry, it's been a while since we've seen the Titans wear all white.
Yeah, an interesting design there of the numbers, kind of a wash in or fade in. And jerseys and uniforms are becoming all the rage, and the Oregon Ducks kind of started it off. And it's interesting, you have Schroeder, sort of old school. It could have been a picture from 1965 with just the plain old gold pants and the blue shirts. And so an interesting contrast for sure this first game of the season.
So you'll have to apologize if we don't pick up all the numbers on the Titans with that really light silver on the back there. Like you said, Terry, kind of washed out. We may miss one or two throughout the broadcast, especially with the sun shining. But here we go. We're getting ready. We got the kicker over there for Schroeder. He's getting ready to boot that baby. And, of course, that's number 17. And it's David Sham Bartocci, 5'10", 158 player for the Warriors. And he's going to boot it out of here. And at the other end, you got Thomas. Right now we can't quite make out the numbers, but there's two young men around the 10, 15-yard line.
I think that's Annarella and Riley. And Riley is a transfer student from Gates Chili, who I know Coach Duschel is really high on, looking to see what he can do in the backfield, non-return game.
So here we go. And the ball is away. We're underway here at Schroeder. And the ball goes all the way in the end zone. A big boot. And I think that's kind of a blessing for the Warriors to be able to keep the Titan offense off the field for a couple seconds.
Absolutely, and that's a great way you want to start your special teams as a kickoff guy. You get that first hit out of the way, and now for the Warriors, it's going to be matching up against that interior line of Thomas. And I know this is, we talked with the Bills and Rex Ryan and ground and pound, and I talked to Coach Duschel. That's what they want to do here for the Thomas Titans, just ground and pound.
Brandon Smith, the quarterback, turns, hands to the running back. He breaks off. He gets some resistance, and he's brought down right away. Nice tackle there by number 5. That's Julian Riley. Brings him down for basically a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, nice work there. Just in Bell, I think it's Balkane there. He's not a big guy, but he fought off the block and made a nice play here to start it. And that's what you want for the Warriors. They're definitely undersized, but they're going to have to play scrappy tonight if they want to stick tough with this Thomas Titans powerful offense.
So here we go. We got that I formation for the Titans. Brendan Smith in the shotgun. Turns, hands it to running back again. This time he's brought down immediately. Oh, he was in the backfield. Number 66. That's Philip Di Benedetto, and he just wrestled in there and got him. Nice tackle.
So the one thing, Bob, that beats size is speed. And if you can get off the ball, particularly if you're undersized, you use that to your advantage. You're going to get off the ball. You're going to be quicker than that guy trying to block you, and that's what happened there. Number 66, he's about the size of a cornerback, and but the fight there of a linebacker, and he made a great play here, bringing us a big third down.
Number 42 is the running back for Webster. That's Patrick Vandermark. And now there's a Schroeder timeout.
Yeah, a little confusion there, and that's to be expected. First game of the season. You know, they're shuffling guys in. It looks like every play so far they brought in somebody different for that Schroeder defense, and they're trying to figure things out. They lost a lot of veteran players, a lot of seniors, and so they're trying to sort out who they need where and try to make it happen for their defense. But this is a big third down early in this game, Bob.
It certainly does, because some people feel the Titans are favored because of the things that you've mentioned already. They got that huge line. I mean, their line is like averages around 240, 245, and they just figure they're going to, like you say, do the ground and pound and control the line of scrimmage. But right now, that speed is paying off for the Warriors. So let's see what Coach Duschel does here on 3rd and 10.
Well, so far it's been pretty conservative, just inside handoffs. They do have a veteran quarterback. You know, I think, Bob, we might have saw Brendan Smith's first start, if I'm not mistaken, over at Thomas a couple years ago on their field, and he definitely has experience. I wouldn't be surprised if you put it in his hands and let him pick up the first down off of his arm.
Okay, 42 is still back there. Vandermark right behind Smith. Here's the snap. He's looking downfield. He's got somebody open. Oh, he just overthrows him. Just a little bit out of the reach of one of their big ends there. Looks like number 19. Yeah, that was Mike Schreiner, and Schreiner can really get up there because he's 6'1", but that was a little too high.
Yeah, I know Coach Duschel was really high on Schreiner as a tight end. He's really come along through camp. Good pressure. The Warriors brought a blitz. He had man-for-man coverage there, and Schreiner was open, and I think Smith felt a little bit of pressure and lofted the ball a little too much air on that. Big stop for the Warriors defense.
Back for the Warriors, got number 1. Zaire Lloyd, number 22. That's Tyler Gandus. So here's the kick. It's way up in the air. Nice high kick. Fair catch is called for. Oh, he bobbles it. And the balls, there's a pile. There's a scrum out there. Who's got it? We'll have to wait and see what the referees say. Oh, the Warriors just dodged a bullet there, Gary.
Great punt. That hang time, there was no place for him to go. And in those situations, young guy, you want to make the play. You almost want to just get away from it, let it bounce, but that's hard to teach. You can't replicate that in practice situations. So for the Warriors, Bob, great field position, 1st and 10 on their 40. So far early in the game, they definitely have the momentum.
Well, you know, when the number 22 threw up his hand there, Gandus, I thought he was just going to, make a fair catch, and then I think the Titans just got too close to him and kind of spooked him, and then he decided, well, I don't know if I'm going to catch this or not, and it got a little hairy there for a bit.
Yeah, and I think he got up under it a little too quick, and it drifted. So he ended up having to backpedal, and it sort of put him off his game here.
So they're going to start this at the 30. Quarterback is in the shotgun position. That's number 12, Andrew Millen. He's the junior. He's got one running back behind him. That's the speedster, Lloyd. High snap, gives it to Lloyd. Lloyd breaks a tackle, squirts through a small hole, picks up maybe 1.
Yeah, and a lot of upfield pressure from the Thomas ends, and Lloyd's the kind of guy who puts his foot in the ground and he'll make you miss. And that's one of the things. If I'm Thomas, I want to make sure that I have my feet under me. I have a good football position, because Lloyd will make you pay if you're not prepared.
All right, they're going to give him about 3 on that. He scored it a little further than I thought. Here comes the quarterback rolling out to his right. There's pursuit. He's got a man open. He catches it for the first down, and he gets shoved out of bounds. That was number 11 with the catch. That's Brandon Gartland, basketball and football player. and he caught that with his 6'3" height and brought it down. Looks like they might.
Looks like,
Might
they're
be
going
a-
to give it to him.
All right, they did. For a minute,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a foot short. That was
Yeah.
a great catch by Gartland.
It was, and I remember talking about him last year. I know Will Blake got a lot of the attention, but Gartland, both in the passing game and the run game, he's actually a very good blocker downfield too. Runs really precise routes, always gets his hands out in front of him and catches that ball with his hands.
It was a nice pass by Andrew Millen. Now he turns and he hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. He tries to lunge forward. He may have got one, but not a lot of room there, Terry.
Yeah, it's going to be tough running up in front. You know, if I'm Schroeder, what I'm going to try to do is use my speed on the edges and try to open up that interior of the Titans. You know, I think you want to run a couple times, keep them honest up inside, but try to get to the edge and try to use your speed. You know, Lloyd's speed, for example, use that to your advantage.
They actually gave Lloyd 2 on that. Here's a man in motion. Here's a pitch to Lloyd, and he's going around the left side. He's got some room. Oh, just brought down with a horse collar tackle. But he picked up about 3, I think.
Yeah, it looked like it was gonna break a little bit, and Lloyd just wasn't able to kick it into that next gear. Good backside play. I couldn't really see the numbers. I think we're gonna be saying that a lot today, Bob. It looked like it might have been the inside backer, the backside inside backer, as you said, with that horse collar tackle. Really saved what could have been a big gainer.
Okay, so here we got 3rd and about 4 to go. The ball is right around the 45-yard line. They want to get to the midfield stripe for that first down. Here comes the quarterback. He sees a man out there. Oh, it's just behind him. It may have been deflected. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, I think footwork for Millen. I know one of the things the coach has been working with. He's a young guy, and he just didn't get his feet around where he needed to be. Just underthrown on that play. But for the Warriors, Bob, you know, picked up a couple first downs, moved, or at least one, moved the chains, churned up a little bit of clock, and that's a little bit that's successful. And hopefully you get a good punt off here and pin those Titans deep into their own zone.
Plus, it's good to get those butterflies out after that first series,
Yeah.
so they're going to feel better.
For sure.
Now, number 7 is back there. That's Max Anarella, the senior, to return the kick. Oh, a high snap.
Fake.
Oh, no, it's a fake. Oh, look at this. And look at that. He got some yardage. Look at him going. He's got to go, and he goes all the way up. Oh, to the 24-yard line. What a play. What a play. That's amazing. They're mobbing him. Oh, look at that play. Number 32 just took the short snap. That's Nicholas Lezapione, and he just flew.
Absolutely, and well executed by Schroeder. Really a nice play, and just the fake by the punter, as you said, Bob, had us all faked out. Nice blocking, and Lezapione just put his head down. First and foremost, got the first down, and then we saw a little green, and he went for it. And not for a touchdown saving tackle, would have been 7-0 for the Warriors. But as it is, 1st and 10 at the Thomas Titan 22-yard line. Great play on 4th down.
Absolutely. You know, and one of the big things that sold that, like you said, the punter did that jump in the air as if a ball went over his head, and that like freezes everybody for a second, because the people that are rushing want to know, all right, it's high, but where's the ball? Where should I start running to? And then here 32 takes off and just breaks across the line of scrimmage and took off. It was an exciting play. So here we go. They're going to mark it actually on the 23, and we got the same backfield there with Lloyd behind the quarterback, man in motion once again. He looks, he fires, man's open, he gets him, he takes it and right over to Gartland, and he picks up some nice yardage. That could be a nice tandem. Picked up about 8.
Yeah, and nice decisive plays by Millen there. Getting the ball out quick. He knew exactly where he wanted to go before the snap. A 3-step drop. Ball came out of his hand quick, and really a precise pattern by Gartland, giving Millen those number 11s right to look at to put the ball right there.
All right, here's a flag here, a little motion there. Do you think they're going to get neutral zone on the defense?
I think so. I think that the D end outside there across the line of scrimmage.
Yep, you're absolutely right. He lunged across, and so they're going to mark off 5. That'll be a first down.
Yeah, that was Siesto. Excuse me, not Siesto. I think that was Gridley, if I can see it. A little bit too excited there on this that second down play. Now 1st and goal, it looks like, right? Just at the 10. I don't think they're going to be able to get a first down here. 1st and goal.
1st and goal is right, and there's Millen back. He looks, He's looking for Gartland.
Screen.
He throws over to Lloyd, and Lloyd's covered immediately, and they lost about 5 yards on that one. The defense sniffed that out big time.
Yeah, that's a tough play for a young guy, right? So you're setting up a screen. If he can, you have that pressure coming towards you. You also want to back out a little bit and let that set up. But he felt a little bit of pressure, and Lloyd caught it and well executed, well covered, I should say, by the Titans.
Zona was in on that with the big tackle. Here comes another infraction. Sorry, I started to say on that last play, Nick Zona was in on the tackle, and also Connor Wynn was in there too, number 35, to stop that play. But are they going to talk about illegal motion?
Yeah, that was the slot man, or the Twins, Balkane, getting a little bit excited. I don't know if he was running out in a pattern or coming down on a block, but as it was, he came out before the snap. So now we're moving backwards here for the Warriors. They got to get some positive yards in this next play.
So it's second and goal, and you got two wide receivers to the left and Brantling Gartland to the right. Now they're changing the play. So Millen goes up and tells the lineman what the play has been changed to. Oh, might be delay a game. Let's see. Yep, delay a game. What a shame.
Yeah.
So they lose another 5. So like you said, they're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, and it's early in the season. I'm surprised. Sometimes early in these seasons, Bob, the refs will give a little bit of leeway on that delay of game. It seemed pretty close. It was the ball was snapped almost simultaneously, but they did delay the game. So now we're moving back again.
Okay, so here's Millen. He pitches to Lloyd. Lloyd goes wide. He cuts. Oh, and he's just brought down right at the 25. You know, for a minute when he does that little scamper left-right, you think he's got some daylight and he's going to shoot. But that defense for the Titans is tough.
Yeah, and they have all the gaps covered. Really nice pursuit there. You just see that wall of white just moving laterally along the line of scrimmage, and really a nowhere for Lloyd to go.
Now you wonder if rather than trying to get the whole enchilada and take it all the way down to like the 5 or the goal line, you wonder if Coach Watkins is going to try to just maybe get back 10 or so they can kick a field goal. Let's see, here's Millen. He rolls. Big rush. Oh, there's room on the other side. He breaks one tackle, breaks another one, and gets down to about the 13-yard line. Kind of a misdirection sort of play.
Yeah, and one of the things we know with Collie Watkins, he likes to get his quarterbacks moving, and that was just a half a roll, trying to bring the defense to the offense's right, and then a throwback, well-executed play. Picks up, as you said, Bob, picks up a reasonable chunk, and now it brings up 4th and goal here from, the 14-yard line. So a big play here for the Warriors. They have to get in the end zone, and they're going for it.
All right, so I guess they don't want to try what would be about a 30-yard field goal. So they're going to go for it, like you said, and try to stick this thing in the end zone.
If I'm Millen, I'm looking for Gartland. I'm looking for Gartland here. Maybe in the corner. He's got some space, maybe a post corner.
He's rolling out to his right. He's looking in Gartland's direction. He throws. Oh, just a little low. If he would have caught it, he would have been down right at the 3. But he was really going for number 6, I think. And number 6, of course, is Stephen Fornarolo, and he's a junior, 5'8", 157, but the ball was just too low to the ground.
Yeah, and Gartland did a clearing route. He did run to the post and was hoping to draw some white shirts with him, and kudos to the Thomas defensive backfield, really able to cover that up. But again, Bob, really for the Warriors, that's a nice drive, churning up some clock. Have the Titans down deep in their own zone, and some momentum still on their side for sure.
Okay, so it's going to be 1st and 10. High snap, hands it off to the running back, goes right up the center, gets some resistance, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's the young man Riley that I mentioned earlier at the start of the game. I could be wrong on that though, Bob. And I'm impressed so far by that defensive line and those linebackers from the Schroeder Warriors. They're really playing tough. I mean, you can tell. I mean, they are definitely outsized, but they're getting off the ball quick, and that's what you want to do in this game.
So we're going to talk about 2nd and 6 here for the Thomas Titans. Hands it off right up the middle, breaks a tackle. Now he's stuffed. I don't think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Great defense there by the Warriors.
Yeah, and they're bringing run blitzes. It looks like every play, just to plug up those gaps that Thomas might have, and the benefit of that is you get instant pressure at the point of attack. The challenge is if he busts through, and were it not for a real strong hand, he might have bust through for a long gainer. But good play by the Warriors now brings up an important 3rd down early in this game.
So they actually gave him forward progress, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. Let's see what Scott Duschel calls here. Oh, it's a keeper. Now he pitches. Oh, and there's a fumble. The ball's on the carpet. There's players all over the place. Let's see who comes up with it. The referee's in the middle. He's trying to sort it out. There's 5-6 players on the carpet. Let's see what's going on.
And anything goes in those piles, Bob.
And it's
Warrior
the Warriors. The Warriors recovered. Big recovery by the Warriors on a cute little play going to the right. And I'll tell you what, Terry, it looks like the Warriors came to play.
They did, absolutely, Bob. And if I'm Kylie Watkins, I couldn't have drawn this up any better. I got the fake punt. I got the fumble. It was an interesting call. You have an option with a quarterback who isn't necessarily known to be a mobile quarterback, running option to short side, and just a problem on the exchange there. And now here the Warriors once again knocking on the door. 1st and 10 on the Thomas Titan 25. Again, credit to that Schroeder defense.
Okay, we got a new running back in the backfield, Nicholas Lezapione. He's the junior, 5'8", 165. He's right behind Millen. Millen fires to Lloyd. Lloyd just breaks around, puts a little move, and he stays on his feet. Now 2 guys knock him out of bounds. I'll tell you, he's a scrappy little customer.
He is, Bob. And you know who made that play happen is Gartland. Great block downfield. All right, not downfield, just right at the line of scrimmage. Set Lloyd free, and really a nice work by a veteran wide receiver. That's what you want to see. It's not always about catching the ball. You got to be a blocker too, and kudos to Gartland for that. A really nice pickup on 1st down.
You know, people that followed Brandon's basketball skills doesn't know. It's a block. The pass is blocked, and then it looks like he might have caught it. Let's see.
Yeah, I think they just call it incomplete.
They're going to call it incomplete. But it's starting to say they think that Brandon is a skinny kid, but he goes in the 190s, and so he's got some strength on him. And being a top grade athlete for the school in both sports for years, I mean he handles himself well out there.
Yeah, he does, and you can tell he knows the game and plays it very smartly.
Well, here we go. Now it's 3rd and about 4. Millen looks over to the bench to see if they want to change the play or keep it as it is.
It's interesting here, playing really tight coverage up front. I wonder if Millen's going to try to take advantage of that.
Oh, he handed it off to the running back, but it looks like he got tripped up, maybe over his own feet or over an offensive lineman. But he went down before he got hit by a white shirt, so it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, he tried to hop up in that hole and just lost his edge there. And 4th and short here, Bob, for the Warriors. They have some opportunities. You look, you got some one-on-one coverage up top. You got the trips here tight to the short side. Interesting to see what Kylie Watkins calls.
Here's the snap.
Reverse.
Ball goes. Lloyd takes it all the way. What a beautiful play. I'll tell you, Millen faked everybody out of their shorts, and everybody was watching the running back. The running back that went up the middle sold it big time, and Lloyd was scampering around the side for, it was close to 15 yards.
An excellent block by Noah Siesto, number 55, the left tackle. There was pressure coming back, and his job is to clean up, make sure anybody who's following doesn't have a shot at it, and kudos to Siesto for clearing that spot out. Again, another creative play.
There's a pass. It's over in the corner. Oh, he's trying to get up to Grantland. Grantland got knocked down, but the referee wasn't going to throw the flag. That was a goal play right in the corner.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. It looked like if that's going to be a fade route, Gartland's got to open that up, get more towards the flag there. He was running more of just a straight route. I wonder if he didn't realize what the play call was. If I'm running a fade, that's kind of I want my wide receiver back to that back corner to open me up a little bit.
Okay, it's second down. They're right around the 5-yard line, maybe 4.5. They give it to Lloyd. He goes right up the center. He rolls off somebody, gets to maybe about the 4-yard line, but I'll tell you, that Titan defense just snowed him.
Yeah, it really tough running up in front. They're running an interesting formation there, Bob. It's a pistol with an inverted wishbone. And I think what they're trying to do is get a couple extra blockers at the point of attack, and just no sledding there for the Warriors. Really tough running. They have some wide side here to the offense's right. I wonder if they'll take advantage of it on this play.
Looks like the backfield is looking over for a change in the play. There is a change. Millen tells the offensive lineman about it. Now there's a timeout. So, you know, it goes to show you how much these coaches and these teams really want to focus and win this game, because they're using up all their timeouts in the first quarter.
Well, and you know, the thing is, you don't get to keep them. At the end of the half, you know, I've always been of the philosophy, if you don't know what you have going on, take the timeout, particularly with a young quarterback in a key situation. Calm him down. You have 3rd and goal here. Talk about it and make sure you have the right play. This also gives you a chance to talk about what the contingencies are for 4th down too. I'm gonna obviously you want to score the touchdown here, but if not, you can plant something in Millen's ear to say, hey, let's look for this if we're not successful here on 3rd down.
So they're taking up the whole timeout here to really discuss it. They really want to make this work, and I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting if they stick this in the end zone, what that'll do to the philosophy of the Titans when they get back out on the field. Now, it's early, but still, when you're down 7-0 against a crosstown rival, sometimes they can make you think a little differently.
I know Coach Duschel, talking to him this week, the one thing he was concerned about was his team looking past this scrappy Webster Warriors team, looking towards Victor, who they play next week. I think they were maybe reading too many of their own press clippings early on.
All right, here's Millen. He's back. He fakes
Post
to the
corner.
running back. He puts it out there. He's got a man. Oh, what a shame. He just threw it a little bit too far.
Yep.
I think, did Brandon get tied up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call it. It looked like he had him beat as he was making that corner move, and there was a little bit of a hand. Who's that, number 7, Anarella? I'm really surprised they didn't that the yellow flag didn't come out on that. And usually, Coach, maybe it just looked like that because you and I both know Coach Watkins. If there's anything that he thinks might be on the edge of a call, he'd let the referee know, and he's pretty stoic on the sideline after that. So maybe it wasn't as bad as it looked.
All right, so they're going to try a field goal. It's down, and it's up. It's long enough, and it's good. So the Warriors take a quick 3-0 lead here after controlling the ball for most of the first quarter with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, and they put that through very nicely. And I'll tell you, that if they were back another 4 or 5 yards, it still would have been good.
Yeah, and that's a tough play. Particularly your first kick of the season. I think the young man Sean Bartowski is a junior, probably his first kick ever in a varsity game, and kudos to him. And the holder, I think that was Jason Lane, and I didn't catch the snapper's name, but all 3 of those guys, I'm sure, practiced that 1,000 times. And now here we go, Bob. The Warriors on the scoreboard, 3-zip, and really have controlled this game pretty much from the get-go.
So we got a couple Titans back there. Number 7 is one of them. Of course, that's Max Zanarella. He was back there before, getting ready to receive the kickoff. And we'll try to get the number of the other youngster out there. Looks like it might be 11. Hard to tell. Yeah. And Anarella bobbles it, but now he gets control of it, and he's going far right. He's got some room. If he gets he got tripped up there nicely, and there's a flag coming out. I wonder what that's all about, but we'll have to see. Did you see anything that warranted a flag?
I think it was actually maybe a hold on Belkane, who was the guy who made the tackle. And he got in low. Anarella had a head of steam, and really a nice play by Belkane. And if I'm not mistaken, he was also getting held on that. So Thomas is just not not coming out strong here, Bob. And if I'm Coach Duchel, I'm pretty frustrated so far with what I'm seeing from my guys early on in this game.
All right, so they're marching off the penalty right now. And it's going to take it all the way down to about the 12, well, let's call it, no, it's about the 9-yard line. And that's where the Titans are going to have to set up camp here with only 1:24 remaining here in the first quarter. Okay, here you got one wide receiver right, one wide receiver left. Smith is the quarterback. And number 42, the running back, is back there, Vandermark.
Pass.
And there's the pass. It's a long one. He's all alone. If he gets it, he's going for 7. He's got men in pursuit.
Big play.
And it comes out. Huge play.
Little play action, Bob, and number 11, that was Leiter, and really just a go route. He had one-on-one coverage. The corner sat a little bit. He got lulled to sleep by the play action pass. And now kudos to the Warriors for chasing him down. They could have given up on the play, but as it is, a huge gain and putting Thomas now right into business here deep in the Schroeder Warrior territory.
I'll tell you, he had, like you said, a couple good steps on the defensive player, and Smith put that ball right out there where he could get it. So here we go, 1st and 10. The ball is right around the 23-yard line. Running back was right up the middle, still on his feet. Now he's down at about the 17. Vandermark with the carry.
Yeah, and they're going to just try to churn it out here. And you can see that, that wall of white. I mentioned that before on the defensive line. Offensively, those last couple plays, they've been getting off the ball quick and really setting it up for their offense. Good work up front so far on this drive for the Thomas Titans.
So this will be the last, unless it's a pass play, this will be the last play of the first quarter as the Titans go up to the line of scrimmage. Vandermark right behind Smith. He gives it to him right up the middle, and he gets up to about the 15. So they give him about a yard and a half. So it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, another run blitz there from the Warriors. That was Pisano coming around the edge and catching from behind. And for the Warriors, they're committing to stopping the run. They're going to force Smith to beat him, and so far in this drive, he has with that big play.
That was a big one. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is your Webster Warriors 3 and your Thomas Titans 0, with the Thomas Titans threatening right now in Warrior territory. We want to take a moment to thank Dan DeWitt and his crew for broadcasting this game. He gets his crew of helpers out here, and they bring all the equipment out of the school, get it all set up, run all the cabling, all the microphones, the monitors, gets everything tested and ready to go and hooked up with Channel 15 so that you could see this broadcast in your living room. And we're just glad for all the work they've done over the years and all the partnership that Dan has given of working for 15 years with me. I mean, that's that's almost like a penalty, isn't it, Terry?
I don't know about that, Bob. I think Dan always has his guys. They're high school kids, but they're professionals, and it definitely speaks to what Dan is able to do. And this is only after 2 days of school, and they got the kids ready to go, and really this high production quality. And if you are watching at home, I think there's still some seats left if you have it in you to come on down and celebrate this great Webster Warrior, Webster Titan football game tonight.
All right, here's the Titan offense all lined up. Smith's back there in the shotgun. Turns, gives it to Vandermark. He breaks off over to the left. He's still on his feet. Now he gets grabbed by a bunch of Warriors and brought down hard, and he's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah,
ooh, just a yard short.
Yeah, nice play up front. The defensive line by the Warriors certainly did a great job of getting that penetration. Really no place for Vandermark to run. And it looked like he might have been able to pop something off the edge, but good contain there to make sure that if he was going to go, the only place he had to go was inside.
Okay, so here we are, 4th down. And Scott Duschel is confident his team can get that first down, so they're not going to kick the field goal. Here goes Vandermark, and he goes through. And I'll tell you, it's going to be close.
Close.
Let's see, the referees are in there to make sure they get a good spot, and the referees are going to call for a measurement, and they're going to bring out the sticks.
Yeah, they again clogged up in the middle, and good pursuit from the edges to collapse down on that, and you're playing with fire though, Bob. You know, if I'm Coach Duschel, I got to keep that in mind. I'm going to run a play-action pass like I did earlier. I'm actually surprised in that situation. You had one-on-one coverage here to the wide side. You don't go to a corner route. If I'm Coach Duschel, who's a smart offensive guy, he's going to come back to that.
Here's a chain gang. Let's see what it's going to look like. It's looking short from here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, they gave it to him.
Wow.
They gave it to him. It's a first down. Now, along with watching this, either here, like Terry said, there's empty seats, not many, but a few that are available, or else you watch it right on Channel 15. But you can also watch this on the internet. You can go on the school district website, and there's a live streaming of the game available. So if you are very mobile right now and you want to watch the game on your mobile device, go right ahead. Webster brings it to you in many ways. So it's first and goal for Thomas. Smith's back to pass. He's looking. He's got a lot of room to run. He looks like he's going to run, but he throws it long. It's out of bounds. Just past the corner. He had the right idea. He threw it to one of his big players.
Yeah,
number 7.
He had the look he wanted and just wasn't able to set his feet up in time. By the time he was ready to get that pass, felt a little pressure. That outside the wide receiver on the delay, the fake handoff, got back behind the linebackers, and for Smith, I think he would have wanted to have that play back because he would have had a 6. He certainly would have had a touchdown on that play.
So it's second down. Smith's back there again with Vandermark right behind him. He turns, fakes to Vandermark, throws in the flat. Oh, and it's just off the hands of the receiver. Oh, is he ticked off because he had some room to roll. He knew that he could just keep going, and he's a big lad. That's number 19. That's Mike Schreiner, and he could have maybe taken it to the house.
Yeah, absolutely. You had that little inside handoff and the roll right. Lots of room there for Smith. And put it right on his hands, and I think for Schreiner maybe saw a little bit too much green. But for the Warriors, Bob, they're playing scrappy here. 3rd and 10, they have their backs against the wall, but they're not caving, and good for them.
So here we go, 3rd and 10. Let's see what Coach Duschel does here. Same backfield. Wide receivers on both sides.
Again.
Here's one across the middle. Oh, and it's caught, but brought down quickly about the 4-yard line. Nice tackle by the Warriors.
Yeah, that was Brandon Gartland. He was one-on-one, and the wide receiver got good inside position, but Gartland right on his back, and a nice pass by Smith to pick up the yardage, but Gartland kept him out of the end zone. And now here we go. The Warriors committed to stopping the run, put Gartland one-on-one, and let's see what they do again here. 4th and 2. Looks like Coach Duschel is going to take a timeout here early in the second quarter.
So it's another timeout for the Titans. They want to talk about it. They just want to know what's really going to happen, especially, one thing that Smith hasn't done, which surprised me, is, some running, because he's a confident young fella, and he's got that height. He's got those long legs. He can cover ground in a hurry. Yeah,
they had that option play, which, a couple little roll. The option was the fumble. So I don't know. I think if I'm Thomas, I come in here. I have beef up front. My offense is designed to pound it up the middle. What's interesting, the Warriors have been clogging up the middle, and really the last 3 or 4 plays, Thomas has gotten away from their bread and butter, and have been running some rollouts or some pass plays. I think it's been 4 straight passes, if I'm not mistaken, which is uncharacteristic, certainly from what we'd expect from Thomas.
All right, so the timeout is over, and Scott Duschel has talked to his players. He's kind of spending a little extra time with number 15, C.J. Battaglia, or I'm sorry, Michael Gurraters and the Warrior coach is just saying that he wants him to do a little something extra out there defensively. So let's see if number 15 is, if Michael's really involved in stopping this play.
Wide side to the Thomas sidelines. Let's see if they try to take advantage of that. That's the offensive left.
Same backfield, Vandermark back there. Ball snapped, fake.
Pass.
Smith's going to roll.
Oh,
And he goes in the
back
opposite
pass.
direction. Oh, and it's caught. And it goes into the end zone.
Played.
There was
Well
a player
played.
there that could have stopped it, but he didn't make the tackle. So it's a touchdown, Thomas, and they put 6 on the board quickly.
Yeah, and what actually well played on both sides. You know, Smith, experienced quarterback, rolls to his right. Looks like it's well covered, and they just slipped the back out of the backfield there. A short pass, and the Warriors were defended, but it was able to make that make the touchdown. That was number 13 for the Warriors. That was right there, and Jones just wasn't able to make that tackle.
So now they're lining up for the extra point. It's down. He drills it through. Big foot, and he drills it right through there. Nice job for the extra point. So it's 7-3 with still 10 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in this first half. And because it's such a gorgeous night out here, it might be hot in your house being in the 80s all day today, in the low 80s, but it's nice out here. There's a breeze. So if you're nearby, please come down if you want. And they got hot dogs and other refreshments and soda at the refreshment stand. And just a gorgeous, gorgeous night for high school football.
Absolutely, and if I'm Coach Watkins, I'm talking up my guys. You know, they're a young group, and so any situations like this, it's easy to sort of let your head go down and get a little discouraged here. They've played well, Bob. They've really taken Thomas to the limit so far. A couple of fourth downs that Thomas was able to pick up. Offensively, they've been moving the ball. A couple trick plays here and there, but that's what you expect early in a season. And so for the Warriors now, it's just getting back to getting some momentum back on their side, seeing if they can move the ball. For the Titans, I think that first quarter maybe shook some cobwebs loose a little bit, and maybe they're back into playing the sort of game they want to play.
Lloyd is back there, number 1, and number 22 is back there also. That's Gandus. So here's a kick, and it goes down into the end zone. They're not going to try to return it. That big foot from Schreiner can really drill the ball.
Yeah, I mean, in high school football, as soon as it goes into the end zone, it's an automatic touchback, 1st and 10 on the 20, and that's a safety issue. And certainly in football, a lot of conversation about safety. And I know these coaches, both Coach Watkins and Coach Duschel, they teach the players how to play right and how to protect themselves, and that's more of a rule thing. But I know the coaches are both very concerned about ensuring player safety.
So here come the Warriors. Now it's going to be interesting. We talked earlier about how the Titans would react if the Warriors scored first, but now the Titans have the lead. So let's see what Coach Watkins does here to try to get things going again for the Warriors.
New quarterback.
Here's around the end. Nice little run. Picks up a quick 4 yards. So, like you say, they're using that speed that looks like it's going to be the hallmark of the Warriors this year, Terry.
Yeah, Malachi Duval is in at quarterback here. He's only a sophomore, and I know that the coaches are real high on him, and I think that's what they're going to try to do. They've had some success, Bob, getting at the edges, and I would anticipate that they'll continue to do that. I know they like Duval as a carrier, as a runner. There he is.
He goes right up the center. He faked to the man in motion and went right across the line of scrimmage and picked up about another 3 yards. So it's going to be a nice 3rd and 2 here. And like you say, Duval's got some real quickness.
He does, and so what the Warriors are trying to do is just spread that interior out of the Titans, opening up some running lanes if they can, and then popping up inside just to keep them honest, particularly keep those middle linebackers inside, not automatically running to the edge.
Well, there's a whistle on the play. Let's see what they call. Could be motion. Yeah, they're going to call motion.
It's not what you want to have here. You have 3rd and short. Now you go to 3rd and long with a young quarterback. Let's see. It looks like they're going to bring Millen back in a passing situation here, maybe putting it in his hands. Wouldn't be surprised if I don't see a ball going out to Gartland here. Or maybe a little bubble screen.
Let's see what they do. They got those 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here comes Millen. He's back. He's got time. He throws. He's got a guy open. He catches it. He breaks a tackle. And he falls right. Oh, it's going to be close. It depends where the referees spot it. What do you think, Terry?
I think it's going to be short, just short. A nice catch out on the edge there by Clayton Dwyer. They ran a little combination route for Millen. Again, young guy, footwork. He's got to get that ball out a little bit more out to his outside shoulder. He gets it to his outside shoulder, and that's a first down. But as it was, he hung in the pocket. Looks like they're going to go for it here, Bob. 4th and goal, or 4th down and short from your own 29-yard line. And what the heck? What do you have to lose?
I wonder if they're going to do a little pooch kick if somebody back there has some skills, or if they're just going to try to draw the Titans offside. Oh, yeah, look at him go. Right up the middle. Oh, terrific. What a play. What a great run by Warriors.
Bob, that's a gutsy call. That's a call from a coach who says, I have nothing to lose. I'm going to put it in the hands of a sophomore quarterback who's never played varsity before, 4th and short, and I'm just going to run it at the teeth of the Thomas Titans defense. A really well-executed play.
I'll tell you, whoever did that blocking on the Warrior line did an excellent job, because he just had all kinds of room to get that burst.
Yeah, and they're getting off the ball, Bob. You're seeing that blue line just move across the line of scrimmage.
There's a handoff to Lloyd. Lloyd breaks a tackle, goes around the right side, and just gets knocked out of bounds. But I think there's a flag on the play.
Probably a hold. That's usually that's what you're going to see in that sort of situation, particularly with the sort of pursuit and pressure that the Thomas Titans had. Oftentimes you'll see a white flash, and you're going to reach out and you're going to grab that. It's almost instinctive.
So the referees are talking it over. We're talking to one of the team captains for the Titans, and they're going to walk it off. Holding against the Warriors, so it's going to cost them 10. Okay, so we're talking 1st and 20. You hate those type of situations. It's just, yes, you practice a few of those plays in practice, but it's not something that you run drills on.
Yeah, no, and now if I'm Coach Watkins, I'm looking. I want to get some positive yards. I want to get 5, 6, 7 yards and make it 2nd and long, but 2nd and manageable.
Nice one. Lloyd scampers, gets some more. He gets to the outside. He goes around the corner, and he goes out of bounds. So he got most of it back there, most of that loss. He's a little scooter.
He is, and that was basically the same sort of play, Bob. What's interesting is that the Titans are getting a lot of pressure, and so what Coach Watkins is doing is he's using that pressure from the Titans' defensive line to their advantage. So the defensive line is coming upfield and then letting Lane sort of pick his spots of where he wants to go. Lloyd, and he's making some really nice decisions. So it brings up 2nd and 13 here.
Here comes Duval. Looks like they got another penalty.
Yeah.
What a shame.
A little bit of a little excitement there.
I think there's some things being said by the Titan defense that's throwing the Warrior offense a little jittery, making them a little off balance.
I think it's just opening game jitters. I think you want to get off the ball. You're particularly knowing that you got a big guy in front of you. Your advantage is the snap count, and so you're going to try to use that to your advantage. It looks like they're bringing Millen back in on a 2nd and long here.
Lloyd's right behind him. Millen gets the ball, looks over to the sideline, throws it. Oh, just over the outstretched hands of number 5 for the Warriors. That's Belkane. That's Blake Belkane. And did he have a chance to catch that, Terry?
Yeah, well, he did, but it looked like potentially Sean O'Brien, if I'm not mistaken. The ball went right through his hands on the Titans' defense there, and I think Millen he got away with one that probably should have been intercepted. It was really well read by the Titans' pursuit, going with that rollout.
So here we go again. Now it's 3rd and close to 20. He's over. He's got
Backside.
big pursuit. Oh, and it's caught, but it's caught by number 55. It looks like it's a lineman. Yeah, it's offensive lineman Siesto. So I don't know what the refs are going to say about that.
Yeah, maybe fumble if it sack fumble. Millen got he got
Hammered.
Hammered. Yeah, that it looks. I think they're going to call it an ineligible receiver here, Bob.
Yeah.
I see the flag down and yeah. Yeah. So there's Coach Watkins out on the field there. He's going to give the referees the what for. If I'm coach, I'm arguing that the pressure popped the ball in the air. It looked like his hand was coming forward. As it was for Millen, though, he's got to be aware. He's got to get that feel, And again, he's a young kid. He's got to have that clock in his head. I'm not sure who had backside. Usually in those sort of situations, you're going to peel back a tackle. Sometimes you're running back. But as it was, Millen just unfortunately he was standing there and he took the brunt of it.
So it's 4th and 27. They got their kicker back there. Nice snap. It's up. It's nice. Oh, it's got a good bounce for the Warriors, and the Titans smartly leave it alone, and it's still rolling, and it goes down to the 28. So the Warriors came out of that play really well.
They did, and a little bit of a frustrating a drive for the Warriors there. Had a couple of nice plays. Those delays with Lloyd, but then some mistakes there really slowed them down. And for the Titans, they're hanging on here, and for them, it's. They have to start getting some emotion back into the game here, take advantage, and know that this Warrior team, they're not going to roll over, and they're playing as tough as they can.
Okay, we only have 6 minutes and 56 seconds left as the Titans come up to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what Scott Duchel has up his sleeve. Oh, it's a broken tackle, another broken tackle. And the running back is flipped, and he comes up with just a couple yards short of the first down, maybe 5. So it looks like that's number 5 for the Titans. That's Riley.
Yeah, Gutierrez had a chance on him, and he's got to break down. He had a clean shot. Good run by Riley to shake off that tackle. But those edges, when you have a shot coming off the edge there, you got to take it.
So he picked up maybe about 5.5 on that little scamper. Did a nice job of breaking a couple tackles. The tight formation. It's another, it's off to the right side. He's got room. It's going to be a big gainer. Nice job over there. A real scamper and picked up several yards. I don't know what the defense was thinking.
Yeah, they got sucked up inside. Whoever the outside contain got lulled to sleep a little bit. On that, Bob, you're always top play inside out. The cornerback came up and his angle. He recovered and it could have been a touchdown, but that angle, he's got to play. He's got to actually on that. He's got to play outside in. He's got to force it back inside, and he wasn't able to. Nice play by. 2 back-to-back plays by Thomas Titans. They're starting to get a little push up front here.
So the ball's on the Warrior 44-yard line. 1st and 10, man in motion to the right. Gives a handoff to the running back. He's got room. There's nobody there. Picks up the first down. Brandon Gartland's on the tackle.
Yeah,
with number 15, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Gutierrez again got good pursuit up front, and he was being held. And both guys saw it, both officials.
So we're going to walk this one off. So a nice gain. Unfortunately, it has to be scratched off the books because they're going to march off a 10-yard penalty right from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 20 for the Titans. Yeah,
Gutierrez is really getting off the ball quick and causing some trouble for those larger Thomas Titans, and that was definitely the case there. The only way to stop him from making the tackle was to hold him, and that's a big penalty. That's really a 12-yard penalty because that's from the point of the foul.
We know, Terry, the fact that this is another crosstown matchup of these Warriors and Titans brings back all the many games that were done over the past 15 years, and it's just always exciting to see these two teams play and go at it. There's a pass out on the flat. It's complete. He breaks the tackle. It gets close to the original line of scrimmage, but he's brought down by a couple Titans, or a couple Warriors rather.
Yeah, and there's Smith just taking what the defense has given to him. They're playing off and pick up an easy 8 or 9 yards. And Bob, you're talking about the rivalry and the great thing here and having the opportunity to go between both high schools is these guys they're battling it out during the game for the 48 minutes, but afterwards they're friends and they're neighbors and they're cousins and they're all about Webster.
So now it's second and about 12. Here's Smith back to pass. He's got man open, and he's brought down really quickly. Nice tackle there by number 3. I'll tell you, he did a nice job. That's Jason Lane, the junior, and he brought him, maybe about 5 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, inside pressure from Schroeder again. Their linebackers are really active. Lane came up and made a nice pop, and I don't know if that was Schreiner. We've seen that play a couple times. I think that was similar to the play that he dropped the ball down earlier in this quarter. But now we have 3rd and 5, a big play here for the Warriors and the Titans.
So here we go. What is Scott Duchel going to call? He's got 2 wide receivers left. Here's a pass over there in the flat, and it's caught, but it's covered very nicely by a Warrior and then brought down by 2 more Warriors. So they had that one sniffed out pretty well.
Yeah,
Terry.
Nice work there by Carice Leonard. He came up and he closed down on that, and that's what you got to do as a corner. I was a little bit concerned at the amount of cushion they were given. I think for Smith, that ball floated a little bit, came out of his hand maybe a little bit slower than he wanted. It allowed the corner to stick his foot in. He was backpedaling, stick his foot in and come up and be aggressive. And also for the Warriors, fighting through that block. Remember, we saw Gartland blocking so well downfield there. That wideout, didn't catch his number there for Thomas. He's got to do a little bit of better job to clear out some space for his fellow receivers. A big 4th down here.
So here we go. It's 4th and 4. Smith looks out in the flat, throws a bomb. Oh, he's got a man down there. Oh, just overthrew him. Just overthrew him. It was a nice run down there, and he had beaten the cornerback quite easily, but just couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and that was a little hitch and go, and Lane, it looked like he was in a good position. He kind of stopped, though. He's got to keep running, but as it turned out for Schroeder, the pass falls incomplete. Looked like he had him beat there. I think Smith definitely wants that back. But here we go, Bob. The Warriors playing scrappy, and they stop him again on 4th down, and now set themselves up late in the second quarter, 1st and 10 on their own 38. They have an opportunity to put some points on the board late here in this first half.
Just about 3 minutes left in the game. Here's a running play right up the center. They went back with Millen at quarterback. They're stacking him up. Now finally the whistle blows. Might have got him a yard and a half.
Yeah, not much space up inside there for the fullback, and that's one of those sort of keep them honest plays, Bob. And maybe you pop it off. They've been running so much to the edges. Maybe you think that the Titans defense is going to open up a little bit, but good work for the defensive line for the Titans.
So there's a penalty on the play. See what the referees are going to call here.
It's like neutral zone.
Infraction against the Titan defense. So, even though it's just a short drive over from Thomas to the stadium, I think there's a few more Warrior fans here than Titan fans. There was quite a roar when that penalty was called against the Titans.
Yeah, and we're sitting in the home fans. It looks like the student section is packed. All the kids are standing. I don't think they've sat down yet this game.
Second and just a couple. Millen throws long. Oh, he got it. He's got it. He's going. He's still running. He's running. He's going as far as he can. He's still going all the way down to the 5. What a play.
Great play.
A tremendous pass and catch.
You have your veteran receiver one-on-one. You got your new quarterback, and he just put it up there. He took a hit, Bob. I got to say, for a young kid, he's hanging tough. He's putting the ball where it needs to go. It looked like it was almost a little bit of a prayer there. Put it up there, and why not? Throw it to Gartland. Throw it to your number one guy.
Boy, and did Gartland fight for that extra yardage. Here's a running play. There's some room. It was open but closed quickly. He got to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that was a well played. I think that was Connor Wynn for the Titans. Really closed that down. Got a lot of time here.
Now you'd almost wonder if they'd want to switch quarterbacks and bring Duval back in. But here's Millen barking out the signals. They look over to the bench to see if they want to change the play. Yes, they do. He tells the offensive line about it.
Gartland again. There's that corner. He's going up.
Yes,
he's got it.
What a play. Big touchdown by the Warriors. A 6-yard pass from Millen to Gartland. And I'll tell you, it was a great connection by those two young players, because not only did Millen throw the nice pass, but Gartland sold that back shoulder, and he just turned around and it was right there.
Yeah, he put it only where Gartland could get it. Nice play by Millen. Just a gutsy first half here by the Schroeder Warriors. And listen to that crowd, Bob. They are fired up.
They are fired. Here's the ball. It's down, and it's up, and it's good. So with just 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining in the second half of football at the Ridge, the score is the Webster Warriors 10 and the Thomas Titans 7. And I'll tell you, here we got another crosstown barn burner. I'll tell you, these go down in the annals. You could fill up a disc after disc of highlights from these games over the past 15 years.
Well, and the thing is, for these guys, the records don't matter. This is about bragging rights. The Warriors, they don't care that the Thomas Titans were ranked number 4 preseason. They don't care about Nick Zona being a returning AGR. They don't care about any of that stuff. They're playing their hearts out here early in this first quarter or first half, and really full marks to them and full marks to this coaching staff for getting this Warrior team ready to play. And for Coach Duschel on his part, though, I mean, the reality is they're down by 3, and it's not like they're getting blown out here. There's a lot of time left, and if I'm Coach Duschel, I'm going into halftime saying, okay, boys, Schroeder hit us in the mouth with everything they have, and we are well in this game. And let's take advantage of the opportunities we have. They still have time, though, Bob. A minute and a half with 1 timeout. They still have time to do some damage.
Oh, for sure, especially with that quarterback back there, Smith. He can really hit people, and he's got Schreiner out there that can bring balls down. So you got 7 and 11 back there. And here it comes. It's going to be taken by number 11, Leiter, and he's brought down quickly. Nice tackle there by the Warriors. Looks like number 15 got his hands in there. That's Michael Gutierrez.
Yeah, and Blake Balkane too, Bob. He was in there. He made the nice tackle on that last kickoff. He's taking on that Steve Tasker role there for the Warriors coverage team.
Okay, so let's see what the Warrior defense can do here when the Scott Duschel offense tries to whoop something up. They certainly don't want to go into halftime with a deficit, and they know they got scoring weapons. I wouldn't be surprised to see, with being that they don't have a whole lot of time to run a lot of running plays, and they only got 1 timeout left, if they go to the air and try to utilize that great arm that Smith has. He's going out. It's still going. He's going to throw it, and he throws it out.
Is that a legal forward pass there, Bob?
I don't know. I think he might have crossed the line of scrimmage. That's what the flag's all about.
Good pressure there by Frank Passato. He's an inside linebacker, Bob. They brought him on a blitz, and one of the things that he was able to string that out, put a little pressure, even though he wasn't able to contain Smith from getting the corner. He was in Smith's face and really forced that bad pass, and what became the penalty. Yeah, it was legal pass downfield.
So that's something that the Titans really didn't need if they want to try to put a scoring threat here together in this last minute and some odd seconds, minute 10 on the clock.
Yeah, that's a penalty and loss of down.
So it's second and about 14. Got 2 wide receivers right, 1 wide receiver left. Running back in the backfield behind the quarterback, Smith. He gives it a running back. Oh, he's got some room. He has some daylight. Oh, he picks up some blocks. There he goes. He's around the side. He's really running down. He's picked up some serious real estate and goes all the way to about the 49-yard line. Nice job there.
Yeah, that was Julian Riley and Schroeder was expecting a pass and sort of dropped out and opened up those lanes. And I just say Riley, he's quick, Bob. Big too. He's I guess I shouldn't say big, but just a stout runner.
Well, I'll tell you, for the way he's built, he's got tremendous speed, and he got over there. I mean, they snapped that ball, they handed it off to him. He put a couple moves on some guys, and he got to the 50-yard line in 9 seconds. I mean, he was moving.
Yeah, but set up the Titans' offense really well here late in this first half. Now you have your full playbook.
All right, now you got 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. And here's Smith back to pass. Big rush, but now he's going to run.
Draw.
And he's still on his feet. He's breaking tackles, but they bring him down inside the sideline, so the clock keeps running. 48-47, the clock is ticking.
Looked like that was a called QB draw on that, Bob.
Could have been.
Drew the Warriors defensive line in, and particularly knowing that they've been blitzing so much, and Smith took advantage of that. There's another blitz.
Oh, a little bit behind the receiver. They were trying to get something going over there to, it looks like number 7, and it was just a little bit behind him. So that stops the clock with the incomplete pass. That's Max Anarella was over there by the incompletion. So it's 3rd and just about a foot, maybe 2 foot. You think they're going to let Smith just keep it and get the quick first down, stop the clock while they move the sticks?
Yeah, or even just run it up. You have that big offensive line. I would say you take advantage, and they've really gotten away from that, Bob. And I don't think this was the sort of offensive game plan that Coach Duschel had in mind, sort of airing it out. I think he was hoping just to control the line of scrimmage, and that has not been the case.
So there's 29 seconds left here, and the Titans only have 1 timeout. Smith's back to pass. He looks way downfield. He tuckles it, and he gets hammered.
He might have picked it up, though.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see if Scott Duschel politics to get the clock stopped. Looks like he did.
Yep.
Now let's see if they're going to bring out the sticks and actually measure. We've only seen the chain gang out on the field once tonight.
So now, if I'm Coach Duschel, I'm talking to my quarterback right now. I want to have the conversation with him. I'm going to use this officials' time. What's interesting?
Yeah, it looks like they're
calling it short.
Yeah,
that's surprising to me. And not calling for a measurement. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, I guess now that I see where the ball is, it's clearly a yard short.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they gave Smith a real good spot on that.
No, so it's a double whammy because not only do you not get the measurement, but the clock runs. And so Coach Duschel had to use his last timeout, 4th and short here. Great pressure up front by that Warrior defense. I just say that the Thomas offensive line, they're really playing from their heels. The defensive coaching staff for the Warriors bringing all sorts of pressure, play in and play out. And they're fixing it up too, Bob. So they're blitzing different gaps, particularly on passing downs. That Thomas offensive line doesn't know where those gold helmets are coming next.
So let's see what Scott Duschel calls here. He's running out of time. Only 21 seconds left, and he's got to get this first down. So you think he's going to gamble and have somebody run into the line as if it's a running play, but then Smith go back and to pass and try to catch somebody open downfield?
I think he's going to put it up. Maybe a quick inside handoff and get right up to the line. Option.
Nice play.
And he gets out of bounds. Well played.
Well done. Nice little pitch. Sometimes those pitches can be risky in high school ball, but Vander Denmark took it very nicely and took it down and stopped the clock with 16 seconds left, 16.8 to be exact.
Yeah, well executed by Smith. We saw that. That was the fumble early on, that sort of play, an option into the short side. Not a lot of real estate. You know you're going to get hit. He put it right in Vandermark's hands, and Vandermark did the rest and smartly got out of bounds.
Okay, so 1st and 10. Ball's on the 38-yard line of the Warriors. He's back to pass. Smith looks downfield. Oops, he pulls it down. Now he's going to run, and he goes out of bounds quickly. So the clock stops. 11 seconds left, and he's still around the 30-yard line. Let's see where the zebra is actually spotted.
Yeah, good pressure. Good pressure up front there. You know, and one of the things for the linebackers are dropping way out, Bob, and that's opening up those lanes for Smith. And he's a smart player. So he picked up as much green as he could. Then he made his way to the sidelines to stop the clock. Doesn't move the chains, but in this situation with 11 seconds, it doesn't matter. You only have a couple plays left, anyways.
Okay, so here they are. They got those trips to the left, one to the right, one running back behind Smith. All out in the flat. They give him the short ball, and he goes out about the 21-yard line. So Brandon Gratlin knocked him out of bounds, and it's going to be first down, but there's only 7 seconds. So are we talking one play or two here, Terry?
Looked like they brought some different beef in. Maybe they're going to kick a field goal here. It was a smart play. They just wanted to pick up a couple extra yards to give their kicker a little more real estate.
Now, I just want to remind you folks at home that they don't have any timeouts. So it looks like you said, the kick is going to be, now I'll tell you, this is a long kick. Now, I know Schreiner's got a foot on him, but that's
it's a 40-yarder.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. It's down.
Timeout.
Oh, there's, looks like.
Timeout.
Timeout. I wonder if Watkins wanted to freeze him.
Yeah.
So Coach Watkins waits until the ball is just about snapped, and then he calls a timeout. Now, I don't know, that ball was right between the goalposts, but did it go over or was it short?
It was hard for me to tell from this angle, Bob, where it went to. It looked like it was sort of curving, from my vantage point, it's curving a little bit left. It's interesting, that whole icing conversation. You hear a lot of kickers, they actually like it because it allows them to go through their motions and really visualize. And so much of this, like a golfer, excuse me, you're seeing that all the way through and just get a chance to kick it, which you can't practice on the sidelines, kicking it into a net. So we'll see if this works to Coach Watkins' advantage. If it's a miss, then Coach Watkins is a genius. If it's a make, then we go into the halftime tied here, 10-10.
Well, this could look good on Schreiner's resume because he's looking to get a scholarship for kicking from a couple different colleges. It's down, it's up, it's certainly long enough, and it looks like it's good.
It's good.
Yes, sirree. He kicked it 40, and that could have been 47. Big kick there by Schreiner, and he ties the game up with 3 seconds left. 10-10. Holy smokes. We're waiting for him to put the other 3 points up on the board, but there it is. 10-10 is scoreboard read, so we're talking turkey here. We're looking at a real good game, and I'll tell you, I don't think there's too many people that would have figured this is going to be a tie ball game at halftime.
No, and excellent snap, excellent put down, and for Schreiner, really just swinging it through. It almost looked like it was just a practice kick. No, it didn't show any pressure, and that probably that could have made it from 45 or 47 yards from where I was sitting. So for the Warriors, though, Bob, they don't give up 7. They give up 3, and they're going to get the ball back to start the second half, and they can. That's a great opportunity for them to sort of capture back some of that momentum.
Now it's going to be interesting if Coach Watkins is going to actually try to return this and try to take it all the way to the house, or if he's just willing to cover, not have a fumble, and be glad that he's 10-10.
Yeah, I think if I'm Coach Duschel, maybe I just squib it. Yeah, there it is.
All right, yeah, there's just Coach Watkins just doesn't want to take a chance on a fumble or anything, or a penalty. So at the end of half of football here, at the Webster Warrior Stadium in Webster, New York. You're looking at a 10-10 ball game between the Webster Warriors and their crosstown rivals, the Thomas Titans, and it's a heck of a ball game, Terry.
Absolutely, and really back and forth. That first quarter really was about just getting a feel for each other, and then that second quarter, 3 scores, a couple touchdowns, a long field goal, and really an exciting opening night for Section 5 football here in Webster.
So listen, folks, we're going to take a quick break at halftime here, give you a chance to get a soda out of the refrigerator and take a deep breath, because get ready for really great football here in the second half. We'll be back with the second half action in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned.
What happens if there's people never seen never?
Johnny Curry Wilburn, please report to the ticket booth. John Curry Wilburn to the ticket booth, please.
Hello, football fans in Webster. We're back here at Webster Schroeder Stadium, where you got this 10-10 ball game between your Thomas Titans and your Schroeder Warriors. And if you're ready for some serious football tonight, keep tuned to Channel 15, because we're just rocking and rolling here with a tight game. We're going to recap the scoring in a second, but I just want to let you know that a lot of people thought the Titans might have a kind of an easy way with this game, but it's not turning out this way. The Warriors came to play. They're playing tough, and it's 10-10. And we're probably going to see more of the same, huh, Terry?
Absolutely, and this is just brothers and cousins and neighbors going at it just like an old backyard football game, and the Warriors are playing scrappy and keeping it close, and that's what you want to do if you're them, and for Thomas, they have to just keep their wits about them. They got that big field goal late by Schreiner, that 40-yarder, and to tie it up late in the first half. But they're going to get the ball here to. The Warriors are going to get the ball here to start. And as far as the scoring goes, Sean Bartaucci started with a 21-yard field goal late in the first quarter to bring it 3-zip for the Warriors. The Titans came back with a 2-yard pass from Smith to number 22, and his name is escaping me, for the Titans to make it 7-3, and then short pass from Millen to Gartland, 10-7, and then the late field goal by Schreiner, and that's a deep kickoff here and a touchback to start the third quarter.
So like Terry mentioned earlier, in high school football in Section 5, if the ball goes in the end zone, it can't be run out. So number 22 there, Tyler, just caught it and had to just the play ends at that point. So the ball comes out to the 20-yard line, and that's where it'll be 1st and 10 Warriors to start the second half. And now you have to wonder, Terry, now that the Warriors say, hey, we're in this ball game 10-10, we're leading twice during the ball game. Wonder if they got their confidence up and they're going to really come out and start doing some things that are even more exciting than what they did in the first half.
I would think they would have to, and it's interesting. So Thomas had been really bunching up, and now they're defensively just spreading it out. Little student body left, student body right it was. And that's one of the things that the Warriors will try to do is use their speed to take advantage of Thomas's size. A lot of movement up front. That was a little counter action. The guard and tackle on the left side pulled to the right, and a nice keeper there by Duval, first play of the second half.
So he picked up 6, so it's 2nd and 4. Throws out in the flat. Oh, and it's knocked down by a big defensive lineman for the Titans, and it's incomplete. If you missed the first half, what the Warriors have done is been rotating quarterbacks a little bit. Right now they got Duval in there, but they started the game with number 12, Andrew Millen. He played a good part of it. Now they brought in Duval to mix it up because Duval's more of a running, scampering type quarterback, and he did some wonderful things for them in the first half. Oh, just snowed. He faked the ball to the running back and then held it and just got creamed by a couple of Titans. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah,
that one hurt.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's the unfortunate part about when you're pulling offensive linemen. You got to have someone to pick up on the backside, and it looked like Duval maybe was going to try to pull it out and maybe saw some green. He probably should just handed it off and live to play another play. And now we're going to punt here.
So this is going to give great field position to the Titans. Number 7 is back, and it looks like it's going to be more of a Warrior bounce. I mean, a Titan bounce is going to die right at the 48-yard line of the Warriors. So it's going to be nice field position for Scott Duschel and his Titans to start the second half.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want, Bob. It's a 3 and out, a nice defensive stance there, and for Thomas, I'd be very curious to see if Coach Duschel gets back to his original game plan, which was to grind it out. They really have gotten away from that. They have that beef up front. They really have not been able to take advantage of it. Any of their success has really been through the air, and I know that's not what Coach Duschel how he wants to run his offense. So we'll see if they decide to run it, just stick it up in there behind those big offensive linemen.
So here's the handoff. He goes around the right side. There's plenty of room. He's going to pick up the first down. He's still on his feet. Picks up a quick 12. Nice run there by the running back.
Yeah, and a good seal block there. It looked like I couldn't, and we're going to say this again in the second half. Apologies to any of the Thomas Titans fans. It's hard to see the numbers, but whoever that wingman was did a nice job of sealing the edge. Whoever had the outside contain there for the Warriors might have been number 55. Siesto wasn't able to get across the line of scrimmage and contain that, and a lot of real estate there for the Thomas Titans.
Okay, so the ball's on the 39-yard line of the Warriors. Same formation. Hands off again. Breaks across, gets met right away, right at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there. 55 came in there and did a really good job for the Warriors.
Yeah, and Siesto did it. It was Siesto there who got roughed up on the play before. He did a nice job fighting off one-on-one and really left nowhere. He couldn't bounce it out. He just decided to put his nose down the running back, and a nice play by Siesto.
So here we go, second and about 9.5. You got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Let's see if they're going to call a pass play here on 3rd and long, or 2nd and long. Smith's rolling. He's rolling to the left. He's looking downfield. He's got somebody down there. He throws it, but it's going to be out of bounds. He was getting a lot of pressure from number 50 for the Warriors and number 8. Of course, number 8 is Alexander Guarino, and number 50 is Dylan Heiler, and they just put a ton of pressure on him, Terry.
Yeah, and the play before, Bob, they were up, Schroeder corners were up in bump coverage. And I wonder if Coach Duscher was expecting that again. A good defensive call there. You dropped your corners out, and you had basically too deep and really no place for Smith to go. I'm surprised he's not sticking in the pocket. He seems a little jittery. I would expect for a young man who's got a little more experience to stay in there, like we've seen Millen do, and put the ball where it could be caught.
Here's Smith back to pass. He's looking
Screen.
downfield. He's got a huge, he's got a screen, and there's a man there, and he's brought down nicely short of the first down. Boy, what a tackle there. Was that number 8 again? Yes, it was. Number 8 did a nice job. That's Alexander Garino, and stopped him just a yard or two short of the first down.
Yeah, increased Leonard, and on that play for Smith, that was a headsy play. He had blue shirts coming towards him. That's one of the hardest things. You know you're going to get hit. You're giving it up, and he dumped it off. And for Leonard there, as you said, Bob, a lot of white shirts, and Leonard sort of squirted through, was able to stop him short. Another big fourth down here for the Thomas Titans. I got to think they're going to try to. I would think they're going to try to stick it up behind that offensive line. Timeout.
All right.
Oh, flag here.
Flag. Oh no! Don't tell me that somebody.
Legal substitution, maybe.
I don't know. Let me see. Do we have too many players on the field? What's going on?
It's from the Let's see. Delay game.
Delay game.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Not surprised.
Yeah,
that's going to hurt big time. To go from about a yard to the 6, it's a different story, but they're too close to the goal to punt, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see what Scott Duschel obviously has to come up with a new play here.
Yeah, and they really haven't gotten a lot of rhythm from the run plays. They may want to try to. They've had some success running some off tackle. I wonder if they'll go back to that. Maybe moving Smith maybe on a roll here to the offense's right.
Smith's
there it is.
It's going right. Big
pressure.
Oh, huge pressure. Brino was in there. Number 55 was in there. Siesto, I'll tell you, they just really doped out that play perfectly.
Absolutely, and on a roll-up, Bob, you do not expect pressure in your face. And the Warriors had a well-timed blitz there, and they've been bringing pressure almost every play. And I think Coach Duschel was expecting that. That's why you roll your quarterback out. But well executed defensively, and Smith really had nowhere to go. And here we go, another big stop. That Schroeder defense is playing scrappy, and Thomas just cannot get anything going offensively.
All right, now offensively, as they take over, they got Millen back in, and number 32 is back in as running back for the Warriors. Of course, 32 is Los Peon.
He's got it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had it.
Yeah.
I thought he had it.
Yeah, and that was a nicely thrown ball. You know, you had really double coverage. It was well played by the corner. Really put it only where Leonard could catch it, and he came down hard. And that's a tough ball to hold on to. And really nicely thrown, Bob. You know, this Millen kid, he's shown a lot of moxie there, and really a lot of confidence. You know who he reminds me of is Brett Segala. Remember, we've seen Brett. We saw him the last couple of years. Just the utmost confidence in his abilities, and we're seeing that from Millen so far tonight.
So it's 2nd and 10. Millen going to pass again. He's got people in his face, and they just had that screen just totally doped out. There was 4 Titans right on that receiver.
Yeah, that's the second time they've tried to run that, and it's interesting because they really haven't been getting a lot of pressure. So I'm surprised that Coach Watkins has gone to that screen because it hasn't worked either time. Maybe he was expecting a blitz on that 2nd and long, but as it was well played, that's a play, particularly with big guys, because they don't get a lot of upfield pressure, but well played by the Thomas Titans. Now a big 3rd down.
Millen's back to pass. He's got somebody open. Oh, right off his hands. Oh, he threw a bullet. He threw an absolute bullet to Blake Balcione. And I'll tell you, that could have been for serious yardage.
Yeah, he had the seam route, and it was really you had 4 wides. You had the seam open, and that zip on the ball for Millen. He got it out of his hand quickly, and Balcione just wasn't ready for it.
So now the Warriors going into the punt formation, and back for the Titans, standing right around the 37-yard line, is probably number 7 again. Again, it's hard to pick it up with those numbers, but yeah, it looks like 7. And it's a high punt, and now it's going to take a Warrior bounce. It's going to roll all the way down to the 35-yard line for a minute there. Number 7 for the Titans, Annarella's like, should I get it?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I get it?
It was close, and I think whoever was the up back there, it almost hit him. That's one where the punt returner's got to call him off and say, get out of the way, because that hits a white jersey. That's a fumble.
Oh yeah. I just want to mention the technical crew here for the Warriors, led by Dan DeWitt, and running cameras tonight is somebody that's been on Dan's team for years, Zach Appella. He has graduated from Webster earlier this year, and now he's going to go on to MCC. So we want to thank Dan and Zach for all their hard work and bringing this game into your living room. Here's a hand up right up the middle. Scrap. Oh, just absolutely dumped. Dumped really nice by number 55. I'll tell you, Siesto, we've been calling his name all night.
We have the last couple plays. He's getting off the ball, Bob, and beating the Thomas Titans offensive lineman at the point of attack, and that's what you got to do. If you're undersized, you got to use your speed to your advantage, and that's what we're seeing. And for Thomas, just they cannot get into a flow offensively.
Siesto's 223, but boy, he's got some great speed.
Oh. That's one, and they've been doing that a lot, and they've been timing it well. But I wonder if Smith changed up his snap count a little bit.
Maybe.
Because who's at number 8 there? Guarino. He's the one who put on that pressure on that 4th down play. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Tuchel had a little conversation with his quarterback to say, switch it up a little bit, see if you can't take advantage of that aggressiveness. And they're definitely that's a spot where the aggressiveness hurt the Warriors.
All right, so we got 2nd and 5. He hands off to the running back. He goes around the right side. He's got room, but oh no, it's
nice
closed
play.
Off very nicely.
I think that was Lane.
Jason Lane, boy, he's got tremendous speed. And some of these guys aren't that big, but they do a good job of holding on to the guy and dragging him to the ground.
Yeah, and really, that's not an arm tackle, but use his shoulder, and as you said, grabbing cloth, and that closing, that's tough. That's tough to do. It was a one-on-one, and usually you expect your running back to win that battle, and full marks to Lane there.
Okay, so we're talking 3rd and 5. This is a big down for the Titans. If they don't make it here, they might be punting. So here's Smith. He passes. Oh, a beautiful pass. It's caught. And he's got room, and he slips and falls, but he gets the 1st down and a little more, and he's into Warrior territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, and that's the kind of play that you expect from your veteran quarterback. He saw the coverage. They were dropping out, and they were able to slip number 7, Annarella, up underneath those linebackers, and well-delivered ball. It looked to me Smith knew exactly where he wanted to go. As soon as he saw that coverage drop out, he knew that he'd have a little bit underneath, and Annarella made him pay.
So it's 1st and 10 Titans right on the Warrior 49. One wide receiver right, one left. Smith turns, hands off to the running back. They like that right side. There he goes. He's got the 1st down. He's got more. He's still on his feet. They can't bring him down. He's going in. He's going to go all the way. No, they take him down at around the 10-yard line. Great run. Tremendous run.
Yeah, that's a good combination there, Bob. You said it before, the speed and the power for Riley. He hits his hole. He's definitely knows where he wants to take the ball, and then he turns on another speed, and really well executed there. And you know what's interesting, Bob? Since that offsides a couple plays ago. The Warriors linebackers have been sort of playing off, and they haven't been nearly as aggressive, and that's really been helpful for the Thomas Titans to be able to move those chains.
Okay, so it's 1st and goal. There's a big running play right up the center. Still churning. Gets to about the 5-yard line.
Patrick Vandermark up the middle.
Vandermark takes it, but didn't. Yeah, he got to the 5. It was a good run.
Yeah, picked up a few yards and really just going up behind the beef, that strength of that Thomas offensive line, which just really hasn't gotten a chance to get going. If they're going to live up to their hype, Bob, this is where they got to do it. It's 2nd and goal. You're as close as just about as you can be to a touchdown. Put it in the hands of your offensive line and let them do the work.
Here comes a running back right up the center. He plows right up across the line of scrimmage, and he picked up at least 2 yards.
Yeah.
And they're just hammering away. They're starting to use that beef, like you said.
Yeah, Vandermark is. Yeah, he's not gonna wow you with his speed. He was a powerful, determined kid, and he just keeps chugging his legs. But for the Warriors, they're still holding their own, and full marks to them so far. And this is a big play here, deep inside the Warrior territory.
So it's 3rd and goal. They're on the 3-yard line, and they stick with that same shotgun formation. They turn to give it to Vandermark. He goes right up the middle, but he's just met by 2 or 3 Warriors. And no, he didn't get to the goal line, that's for sure.
Yeah.
13 was in on that tackle, as well as 56. Of course, 56 is Patrick Donnelly, and number 13 is Amari Jones.
Yeah, and Siesto's in there again, Bob. And here we go, 4th down. You got to go for it here. I think your offensive line is supposed to be the strength, and they've run three runs up inside. Wouldn't be surprised though if you say to Smith, give him a run pass option. He's got a lot of real estate out here to the left. I wouldn't be surprised though. My gut is it's going to be another run.
It's right up the middle.
He's in.
And it's in. They just kept hammering away, and that makes the score 16-10 at the 3:08 mark of the 3rd quarter as the Titans take the lead. And I'll tell you, this game has just got so many storylines, but it's just good, hard-nosed football. And the Titans just came out here in the 3rd quarter and said, hey, we're going to take this rock and we're going to just plow it down the field.
Yeah, and their defense set them up well. Really, nice long run by Riley there, and that's what you'd expect from the Thomas Titans here. Just power football, and they powered it in for sure.
And there's Schreiner. He almost kicked the ball over the school for that extra point with that big foot. So the extra point is good for the Warriors, and that makes the score Webster Warriors 17 and Titans 10. So I'll tell you, this game just keeps driving along, and now it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Watkins is going to do with his offense when he gets back on the field, because he doesn't want to let that big white machine start rolling and rolling.
No, and they've shown that they can move the ball. Some precision passing by Millen, shifty running by the quarterback Duval, getting to the edge. I think those are the sort of things that would expect to see. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm Millen. I'm looking back at Gartland. He's definitely been a go-to. What they haven't done a lot of those bubble screens, take advantage of the speed to the edge. Wouldn't be surprised to see. Those are sort of easy pitch and catch sort of plays that I think the Warrior offense can take advantage of. For the Titans defense, they got to tighten up. They got to keep everything in front of them. That defensive line has played strong. Now it's for the defensive backs and linebackers to get a little more aggressive.
So Schreiner's getting ready to kick off. Back there is number 22 and number 1 Lloyd. Of course, 22 is Ganduis. And the ball just goes right into the end zone. They couldn't even get close to returning it. So it'll be 1st and 20, or 1st and 10 rather, on the 20, as the Warriors set up camp here to get rolling here with 3:08 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Watkins, I don't have to score on the first play. I want to just churn the ball. I want to try to flip the field too. We've been playing the whole first half with our backs against really essentially on our side of the 50, get a couple positive plays, and they've shown that they can do it. Then they've had a couple mental lapses in that last, or those last 2 drives. They had to just get a little consistency and move the ball. Looks like Millen's back in to play quarterback.
So let's see what Coach Watkins has planned for Millen. He's got Lloyd behind him. That's the way they started this game. Millen's back to pass. He's got a little pass out there in the flat, and he picks up a couple. Still on his feet. Looks like he might pick up 5. So a scrappy little catch and run there for the Warriors.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here, Bob, is you're basically running your passing play passing game like a running game. So you're going to rely on short passes. You know that the defensive line up front for Thomas is tough. They're big, and so you're playing away from their strength, and you're going to your strength, which is speed on the edge.
Gives it to Lloyd. Lloyd goes right up the middle, breaks over. He's going to get the first down. Nice little run. See the way he turns and twists. He uses his body the best he can.
Yeah, and he's always moving forward too, which is nice. And for a little guy though, it's hard to get a hit on him. And that showed there. And Gutsy just going up inside, keeping him honest. So what happened on there is the Thomas Titans moved away from their 4-man line. They went to a 3-man line, and the Warriors took advantage of it with a nice little run by Lloyd. Looks like Noah Siesto is limping a little bit on the sidelines here.
It's no good for the Warriors. Right, here comes the 1st and 10 play. He hands to Lloyd. Lloyd hops, jumps, gets across the line of scrimmage, and it gets met immediately. I'll tell you, Lloyd, I don't know if they got the ice tanks in the training room or something, but for 5'7", 160, at the end of this game, he's got to be a sore lad.
He's definitely going to be. He's definitely getting a lot of work for a young man, and we're starting to see who the go-to guy is on the Schroeder offense. Last year, as we said, it was Blake and Segala, and now it's Millen and Lloyd and Gartland. They're going to be the guys who are going to have to carry the load here.
Oh, there's a whistle. The play is blown dead. Let's see what the referees have to say as they throw some yellow laundry out on the field.
Procedure, maybe delay game. Yeah, procedure.
Yeah, legal procedure is the call, so it's going to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, they were setting up a little bit of a counter pass here to number 13, who is Amari Jones, the tight end, and running a little fake to lane up inside, and then bringing it back to the offense's right, and looked like it could have gotten a couple yards, but as it was, blown dead and a 5-yard penalty.
So now we're 2nd and 15. Millen's got somebody out in the flat. Oh, he overthrows Grantland. Looks like he thought Grantland was going to go on an out to the sideline, and Grantland went in towards the middle.
Yeah, and it looked like this too. His feet maybe didn't serve him well there. His feet were a little bit, which isn't surprising. He wasn't set up well, and a little miscommunication didn't help either. So 3rd and long here. They really got to convert here if they want to get some momentum back and move those chains.
For sure, and they really don't want to have to punt and give the ball back to the Titans around midfield. Here's Millen back to pass. He throws a long one. Oh, it's going to be intercepted, and it's taken off by one of the Titans down the sideline. It's going to be all the way down to about the 25-yard line. Millen just seemed to throw that one up in the air for grabs.
Yeah, it looked like number 22, Gandy's really wasn't sure if he was the intended receiver. He wasn't looking for that ball. And that's unfortunate for the Warriors now. We're getting close here. This is a game that if the Warriors need to stop, they certainly don't want it to get away from them.
Big interception for the Titans there. Nice return. Must have brought it back about 20-some yards. And it's going to be 1st and 10 as they line up right on the, looks like the 25-yard line. So let's see if Coach Scott Duschel smells blood and he wants to just stick it right in the end zone in the air.
Yeah, and they've shown that they can move the ball through the air. I think they want to get that running game going though.
There's a running play off to the right. He's got room. He's picked up several yards. He got almost to the 20.
Yeah, they were double teaming on the edge there. Not Siesto, because I don't know if Siesto's in, but I think there might have been a hold there on the edge from Thomas, which would explain why there was so much real estate.
Yes, it's a hold against the Titan offense, so they're going to move that back. So they're going to lose what they gained on that play, plus they got to go back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Titans. And, one thing that's happened to both these teams tonight, Terry, is they've got their share of penalties that have really given them a boot and a fanny.
Yeah, well, and it's early in the season, too. You expect that a little bit. And that's just, it was hard to see, maybe even a little bit later in the play. But, you're young kids, a lot of them playing for the first time and working that through.
It's a running play off to the right. He finds a little hole, but he's brought down by a couple of Warriors. And one of the people in there was young number 51. That's Posado. Frank Posado did a nice job on that play.
Yeah, and Amari Jones did a nice job of stringing that play out. And forcing Riley to cut it up inside, I think, a little bit quicker than he needed to or wanted to. And here we have 2nd and long here. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you put the ball up in the air on this play. Maybe a play action fake to Riley and see if Smith can get something downfield. Maybe the backside tight end.
Here's a running play. Oh, he knifes through a couple tacklers that were in the backfield, but he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and they bring him down right at the 25-yard line as time ticks away here at the end of the 3rd quarter. And so we're going to flip sides of the field. With the 3rd quarter ending, the score is your Thomas Titans 17 and your Webster Warriors 10. And we got a heck of a 4th quarter to look forward to, Terry.
We do, Bob. And while we're talking about looking forward, I think we do want to take this moment to thank you for all of your service here to the Webster community. We have some gifts there. When you turn on Channel 15 and you expect to hear either Webster Thomas or Webster Schroeder, for 15 years you've heard the great voice and insights of Bob Schnegeberger, and we're going to be sad to not have that in our community. So Bob, thank you. A very small token of our appreciation.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a surprise. I can see that Dan's digging in. He sees something that's his side. Oh, look at this. Thomas T sweatshirt, nice. Warrior T-shirt, very, very nice. And a nice card. Well, very, very nice. I want to appreciate everything you guys have done and to bring these broadcasts to light and make me feel comfortable behind the microphone. I mean, the 15 years has flown by. And like I said earlier, I want to thank Dan and the youngsters that have come through the school system that have run the cameras and done all the technical work with Dan, as well as for Kathy Strite over at Thomas. Kathy's done the same with her people, bringing a lot of youngsters through. And just like Zach Appella tonight, he graduated from Webster, and now he's going to MCC, but he comes back to help out if we need him. And Kathy had the same thing with a couple of youngsters that graduated and came back to help out after they went on into college. So it goes to show you that the whole broadcasting thing here in Webster is very alive and well, and it's a lot of fun to do, and the technicians do a lot of hard work. And then Terry, you make me look good, and I'm glad that you came along and joined us the last couple of years because it's been fun.
It absolutely has been fun. Thanks, and you a seamless transition, and really appreciate it, Bob. It's just so smooth, and you bring the excitement from the kids. You bring it through, and really, and what a fitting game. If we're gonna have this last swan song here, Bob, Schroeder, Thomas, a close game going in the 4th quarter. This is fantastic.
So here we are. Here's Smith back to pass. He's got somebody wide open. He catches it, but it's blown dead. What a shame for the Titans. There must have been some motion because they blew that dead before he even threw the ball.
Yeah, but legal motion, and Warriors brought the house again, and that's where they've been able to be successful defensively. They brought pressure to Smith. He just has not been comfortable tonight, for the Warriors, that's been their game plan: disrupt Smith, utilize their speed to their advantage, and it's been working. And so now we're at 3rd and long here for the Thomas Titans.
We know Terry and Dan, I wanted to thank you for these gifts, but also I want you to thank Paul Connolly and everybody else in the Webster Central School District, because I know they had a part of this, and even back to the days of Ann Carmody, Ann was very instrumental in keeping this program going, and I really want to thank everybody from Webster Central School District. Well, here's a pass out the side. Now, it could be a fumble. No, they're not going to call it. They're going to call it a forward pass, but, man, for a second there, it looked like a fumble.
Yeah, and if Smith puts it where it's supposed to be, there was some space out there. He just hasn't seemed comfortable, and I'm surprised, Bob. That looked like a backward pass to me. But as it is, the 4th down here, 4th and 14. And that's a sort of play call you expect when you're getting a lot of pressure. It's just a little flare out to your back, and Smith, that's just pitch and catch, and for whatever reason he just wasn't able to make it happen. And looks like Coach Duschel's going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to talk this over now. With a 7-point lead, I know Scott Duschel has to feel slightly comfortable, but I don't think this is a place where he's going to try to kick a 47-yard field goal. Now, even though Schreiner can do it, and in fact that 40-yard field goal that he kicked earlier traveled 47 yards, you can't rely on a youngster at this level to boot a 47-yarder for you.
No, and you have an experienced quarterback who hasn't played his best game, but you're still ahead. I think you want to take advantage of the opportunities. Worst case scenario, you turn the ball over on downs, maybe at the 20. You pick up a couple yards. If that field goal is missed, that ball is going to be back close to the Schroeder 40. So you're giving up field position too. Oh, looks like. So here we go, Bob. We spent all this time talking about it, and they are going to kick it.
Holy smokes, they're really going to do it. Well, I don't know what the records are in Section 5, but this has got to be one of the longest field goals I've ever seen in Webster football. So the ball is actually on the 36, so it's going to be a 46-yarder. It's got plenty of foot, and it's good. He drilled it. Wow. He drilled it. Look at that. What a foot on that youngster. I'll tell you, he's been kicking field goals for a long time for Webster. And once again, Mike Schreiner, the big senior, 6'1", 220, plays a little defensive end, plays a little tight end, booted that ball 46 yards. And I'll tell you, I think the Warriors got to be in shock.
Well, and that's why Coach Duschel's on the sidelines, and we're up here in the press box. He knows his boys, and that's a lot of confidence you put on a young man. And well snapped, good put down on Smith's part, and Schreiner. It was like no big deal. Just a swing and a nice, just got a good hit on that ball and right through the uprights, and now it's a 2-score game here early in the 4th quarter.
And I'll tell you, there, like you say, he drilled it, and that's what he did. It wasn't a floater that limped over the crossbar. I mean, that baby was going through there with authority.
Now, the good news for the Warriors, though, while it's a 2-score game, they're going to get the ball back with plenty of time. They have shown at times, though not the second half, they can move the ball. And so they have to get back to some of the things they did in the first half, and show that they can get the ball moving. And certainly this game is well within their reach.
So now Schreiner's going to kick it again. The way he's been kicking tonight, I don't know if anybody's going to get a chance to return, but Lloyd is back there with his return mate, and he drills it. And yes, sirree, it's going in the end zone. So it's going to be no return here for the Warriors, and they'll set up camp right at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm Schreiner, I'm hoping to get a call from a school, because that's a dual threat, both the kickoff. I know the Bills are talking about Dan Carpenter. Do they keep him? And they have a kickoff specialist, a guy whose job it only is to kick touchbacks, and so to be able to kick off and kick field goals accurately, that's quite a dual threat.
It'll be interesting to see how they mix up the quarterbacks. Are they going to do it play to play? Or are they going to do it series to series? Right now, being that they're behind, they got their passing quarterback, Millen, in there. So let's see what happens. He's going to pass. He's looking downfield. He throws a bomb. There's a guy out there. Oh, off his fingertips. Just off, truly off his fingertips. A great effort there by the wide receiver. It looked like that was number 2, that was Leonard.
Yeah, and Leonard looked like he was well covered, and he just kicked in another gear and just outstretched arms. A nicely thrown ball by Millen. Again, his decision making, he's not waiting around. He knows what he wants to get, and he put it up there just a little too far.
So we got second down. I wonder if they're going to mix it up and go to the ground. Yes, they do, and there's a nice run. He's got the first down, and he just crosses the 30-yard line. I've been saying it all night, but I just can't help myself. I mean, he can really scamper.
Yeah. And again, that's the sort of play. You take advantage of the aggressiveness. The Titans were expecting pass. You had a real aggressive front four, and they opened up some lanes, and a really nice run there to move the chains.
Now they look over. Looks like Coach Watkins wants to change the play. He does. So Millen tells the offensive line the new play. So here we go. And it's a running play, and he picks up about 3. Nice, good, scrappy run. But I'll tell you, it's no picnic running into that wall of white over there.
No.
He's got bodies all over the place, and they do a nice job of bringing down the ball carrier.
Yeah, that was well played there. Nick Zona. We really haven't called his name too much. It's hard. He's up in the middle there, and I'm sure he's made more plays than we've been able to give him credit for, but well played inside there.
Once again, looks like Coach Watkins wants to change the play. Number 32 is right behind Millen. He passes out in the flat. Oh, and just
well
nailed. Totally sniffed out by the Titan defense.
Yeah, well played on the corner there. Number 2, Leonard, just wasn't able to set up his block. Real aggressive edge play by the Titans here, and that's what you want to see. That's how you negate the speed on the edge with speed yourself, and really well played out on the corner there. Is that number 7? That's Max Anarella, who's had a real good game defensively for the Titans. Trips.
Millen throws out there. Oh, almost caught over there. It was an look at that, and they throw.
Yeah.
I think they speared him with the helmet.
Yeah, I think it's late. I think he pushed off as Anarella got up. He put a nice hit on Leonard. The ball floated a little bit on Millen. You never want to see that. He set his receiver up. Hopefully he's okay. He's coming off to the sidelines there. But I think when Anarella got up, he pushed off. And maybe unnecessary roughness, something like that. Oh, no.
Personal foul.
Let's see.
Against the Titans.
Oh, yeah, all right.
So it's going to be a first down because of the personal foul infraction. And that's the kind of thing that has got to make Coach Scott Duschel, boil, because the play was done.
Yeah, that's too bad. And I don't believe that Anarella intended to be disrespectful or anything like that. He was just getting up, and in this day and age, they certainly don't want to cause any trouble. I remember a couple years ago, we've seen a couple fracases there out on the field, and we definitely don't want to see that again.
There's a running play right up the middle. Nice job.
Pion.
Number 32 just rolled up there. He's had a real nice game tonight. Los Pion, Nicholas, is he stays low to the ground. I said it's a big plus for him.
Yeah, and switching it up. Lloyd hasn't been in. I wonder if Los Pion has done a nice job in the pass protection too, and they're also letting him run the ball.
There's another running play, and it's same number 32 just rolling around up there. Looks like Coach Watkins is willing to be a little patient.
Well, I think he's taken what the defense has given him, and because they've been so successful, or relatively successful on the edges, it's really spread that Titan defense out and opening up some lanes there for Los Pion and that Warrior offensive line, who is, as we've said throughout, this is sound like a broken record here, but they're undersized. But the one thing, as I've said, and we've talked about this, Bob, is they know the snap count. And you take advantage of that. You get off the ball. You beat your man to the spot, and that speed and technique will win out.
It's about 6 inches short, so the chain gang comes out, and they're going to say that this is going to take one more down to get a first down for the Warriors. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Watkins calls here. If he's just going to do a little plunge ahead. Now, they haven't done any quarterback under center snaps tonight, so I don't think they would do that then. That would send up too much of a red flag to the Titan defense. But when you need 6 inches, you got to do something that's quick and effective.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen the quarterback on either team under center, Bob. But it looks like we're going to – oh, no. Okay, Millen is in that pistol. We've seen a lot of the pistol.
So let's see what part of the line the Warriors attack here.
They got
nice, and they got it. Nice job there.
Yeah, and that offense, the left side offensive line, good work again, and just taking advantage of some of the Titans' aggressiveness. And sometimes you don't have to pancake somebody; you just got to shield them and create a little bit of a seam. And those running backs are aggressive enough and smart enough to just put their nose down. They're not going to try to dance in the hole. They just get the first down.
So number 56, Donnelly, was a big blocker on that play for the Warriors. Here comes Millen. He's got a long pass over there. Oh, it's going to be intercepted.
No,
he
bounced
dropped
short.
it.
Yeah, that was
tough for Millen.
Yeah, it was a slow developing play. Rolling out to his left as a right-handed quarterback is tough enough, and that's one where maybe his inexperience showed. He's lucky on that. He wasn't able to get his feet settled. Not a lot on that ball, and he lucked out that wasn't an INT. But as it is, still 2nd and 10 on the Titans 45, or 40, I should say.
Grantland fell down. He was just going to turn around. I think he was going for like the back shoulder type of catch.
Yeah,
and he slipped.
He was getting. I'm surprised that they're not calling much in terms of the pressure they're putting on Gartland with his the physicalness. I'm surprised that they're letting him play, because it seemed to me it was past 5 yards. They were pushing him around there, but as it is, incomplete in 3rd and 10.
So Millen gives a handoff. There's some running room. Oh, boy. That just closed really quick. He got a quick 5 yards and then got plastered really good by a defenseman for the Titans.
Yeah, Vandermark, nice play. Fought through the block and just nowhere for him to run. Now 4th down, big play here. There's Noah Siesta coming off. He's been, talk about a warrior, he's been a warrior this whole night, particularly in the second half, playing through what seems to be a gimpy ankle.
Okay, so now it's a big play. This could be the play of the game for the Warriors. It's 4th and 6. They have to have this to keep the ball out of the Titans' hands and to keep their drive going. They have to put points on the board. Oh, it looks like it was intercepted off of Grantland's hands. Or no, that wasn't Grantland.
Yeah, I think it was. Well thrown ball, inside leverage. That's exactly what you want to have happen, and you don't expect that. Brendan Gartland is just he's been a clutch player. We saw him last year, and just unfortunate play for him. That young man has played such a nice game, and a nice throw, a good protection, and just that happens in these games. And so the reality is, though, Bob, we're still a 2-possession game. We still have two timeouts for the Warriors, 7.5 minutes left. Lots of time here to turn this around.
And if Brandon could have held on to that, he had the first down.
For sure.
So I could tell how disappointed he was after the play was over. The running play right up the center. A host of Warriors in on the tackle. Lloyd was in there. Number 51 was also in there. That's Posada.
Yeah, nice play and just fighting through that block. It looked like there might have been some green and just holding strong. And again, that interior line way undersized, but doing a really nice job here tonight. And now for the Thomas Titans, it's just grinding it out. The clock is your ally. Use it to your advantage.
So a nice little play there off to the side. Just a short pass, but very effective. They're keeping the chains moving, and it's within about a yard of a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and short here.
Attention fans, please make sure that you pick up your garbage in
You know,
the
I
stands.
think you go to Vandermark
Please pick up your
and just
garbage in the
you
stands.
Just hammer it right across.
Yeah, hammer. Vandermark or Riley is proven that he's effective in these short yardage situations as well. Looks like Riley's in there right now. No, go behind the beef.
And they got it, and he's got some space, and he makes it all the way up to the 39. So, yeah, Riley just got some nice blocking on that left side and just tore off a few yards for a first down.
Yeah, and Smith it looks like second half, he's switching up his snap count a little bit. Again, you saw those Warriors linebackers coming up tight, and they had to hesitate or else they would have gone off sides, and they weren't in a great football position to make a play, and you see Riley was able to pop through there.
First and 10, right on the Titans' own 39-yard line. Running play to the left. Picks up a few yards, scampers, keeps churning, keeps those legs moving. And they're getting some good mileage out of their running backs now with determination and really just refusing to go down as Riley picks up a few more yards.
Yeah, and this Schroeder defensive line, their linebackers, a lot of these guys are playing both ways. You know, they're starting to get tired here, Bob, and there's nothing worse than when you're a defender and you know you're just getting plowed at and you're tired and you're getting powered and there's not much you can do to stop it. And we've seen that really the second half. The Thomas Titans have really started to take control of that line of scrimmage.
So it's second and about a half a yard. Riley's still in there at running back. Turns, hands off, gives to Riley. Riley's got the first down and a little more, picked up about 5 yards. And I think this is where, you know, the beef has really taken over and just, you know, imposing their will against the Warrior defense.
Yeah. And the unfortunate part, Bob, if this score stands or if Thomas is able to pick up another score, you know, it's not going to reflect really how close this game was.
Oh, yeah.
And at times. And certainly this game isn't over, too. You and I have been around this game long enough to know that anything can happen. I don't want to count the Warriors out. They've played a whale of a game.
No, they did.
But for the Titans certainly can't let up.
Here comes another handoff.
Nice
hit
play
behind the line of scrimmage, but he able to go a few yards, and then look, he's still going. There's one man to stop him, and he gets him out of bounds. A nice tackle there by number 2. Number 2 for the Warriors. That's Carice Leonard stopped a touchdown. Boy, he just kept churning.
Yeah, nice work by Riley. And we've seen that combination of speed and power and that determination. Really a nice run by Riley. And what would look to be a short gain quickly turns into 45 yards or 40-something yards at least. And here we are now, the Titans knocking on the door again.
So it's first and goal. Ball's on about the 6-yard line. Warriors digging in. Vandermark's in there now, and he goes right up the middle. And he's met at the 5-yard line. He might have got to the 4 before he stopped. Number 11 was in there on the tackle for the Warriors. Of course, that's Gartland, and number 56 was one of the other players, Patrick Donnelly, that helped stop him.
Well, and full marks to the Warriors. They're not quitting, Bob. They're giving the Thomas Titans everything they can handle, and that speaks to Coach Watkins and what he's able to pull out of his players. You know, you look at this on paper, and this should have been a blowout, and those Warriors, and they're still fighting, and that's impressive.
There's a keeper. Now he throws it over, and it's going to be a touchdown. Nice little play. Schreiner's a big target. He's an easy target to find, and Smith just gave that little fake like it was maybe going to do something with the running back, and then Schreiner was all alone, and he hit him. So that makes the score 26 for the Warriors and 26 for the Titans rather, and 10 for the Warriors.
Yeah, and we saw that play earlier at this end zone, and Schreiner was not able to hold on, and they came back to it, and Smith's able to put it right where Schreiner needs it, and here we go. Schreiner scores again.
So Schreiner puts it up. He drills this one. It's a line drive, and it's good. So with just 4 minutes and 1 second remaining in this contest, the Titans have opened it up a little bit, and the score is now Thomas Titans 27, Webster Warriors 10. And Coach Watkins is going to have to pull some tricks out of his magic bag.
Absolutely, and and here, Bob, having been in these situations as a coach, so your conversation is we got to end on something positive. We hung tough for most of the game. It was 17-10. Really, you think about two plays, Bob. I think about there was a couple drop passes. There was a 3rd and short, the Gartland drop, and then I think it might have been Balkane, a drop. And those two plays go a different way, and we're talking about a different game here. So lots for the Warriors to really hold their heads up and end on something positive, make some good things happen here, even if it doesn't result in a win. And for the Thomas Titans, you don't let up. You keep going at it, and the reality is for Coach Duschel, in a lot of ways, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It exposed some things maybe that they're going to need to work on in the next week if they're going to want to take on Victor, who is the defending Class A, AA Section 5 champion.
All right, so here's the kickoff. Schreiner puts the boot to it, easily kicks it into the end zone. So it's going to be brought out to the 20. The Titan-Victor game ought to be a real battle next week. And in fact, I just want to mention now that don't forget to attend the game next week, and it's going to be at Thomas at 7 o'clock. And you'll see probably one of the best football games in Section 5 this year. And if you can't make it, we certainly intend to broadcast the game, and we'd certainly like to stream it to you too if we can. So we enjoy bringing these games to you over the years, and next week's game is going to be another good one over at Thomas Stadium.
Yeah, and for the Warriors, it doesn't get any easier. They go to Pittsford.
Oh, no.
The perennial powerhouse, Pittsford, and they have a lot of positives that they can pull from in this game.
For sure. Here's a running play. Good speed, takes it up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Lozaponi's a nice little back, and I like the way he runs. He's aggressive. He's only a junior. There's a lot for Coach Watkins to work towards here. A lot of nice parts to build on this season. For sure.
Now Millen's going back to pass. He throws out, it's a little high. I think he was going for Gartland again.
Yeah.
But, for a young quarterback like that that's on the run, even though he's throwing in the same direction he's running, with the way that field slopes over to the sideline, sometimes you just forget about that, that your receiver loses about 6 inches in height when he gets over right on that sideline.
Yeah, and that's tough for a young quarterback. That ball floats up there. That's correctable, though.
Here comes a nice running play. Look at this. Nice move. Look at putting off some yards. Look at the speed. Look at him go. Look at him go. All the way down to the 35-yard line. He was not going to be denied. I'll tell you, a great run there by Nicholas Lospion, and he really showed some running style.
He did, and cut it up inside. Really gutsy run, a little bit of movement. And then that burst, Bob. You don't expect that. Number 32, and the Warriors, they're keeping at it. And for the Thomas Titans, this game isn't over. Stranger things have happened, that's for sure.
Let's see if Watkins goes to the air here. If looks like he's going to change the play. He got trips to the right, one wide receiver to the left, and then of course the one running back right behind Millen. He's going to pass. He's looking downfield. He puts it up there. Oh, it's nice, and it's caught very nicely inside the 10. Looks like number 2 Leonard on a beautiful play that covered about 30 yards. And boy, he laid it up there nicely.
He did, and you know what he did, Bob? Is he looked off, and you don't see that generally from a young man who's making his first start. He looked to the right. He had trips to the right. looks off the safety and then throws it off to the left, and a really well-executed play.
Here's a running play right up the middle. It's still going, still going. His legs are spinning, and he gets down to about the 5-yard line.
It's like Guarino. He's a tough runner.
He does. He just really puts his head down and just keeps churning. 2 minutes and 37 seconds here. You might think that Coach Watkins might just hope that he can pull a rabbit out of the hat and maybe throw a pass. Now, of course, the favorite target is Gartland out there. Let's see if they're going to try to put something in Gartland's hands. It's a pitch. Oh, and he's going to go wide. Looks like no, he fumbles. Oh, no, he didn't fumble. Rather, he stumbles and goes down to about the 2 or 3 yard line.
He had it. He had a nice block out on the edge from Blake Balcaine, and just couldn't keep his feet. And unfortunate there for the Warriors. They could have had 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw nothing but touchdown as he faked out that last defenseman. Here's another play right up the middle. It's going to be a little short.
4th and short.
So a minute 39 left. Interesting call. Let's see what if Coach Watkins keeps it on the ground.
And this has been a nice drive, Bob. 80 yards or 79 yards here. Again, even if they don't end up winning, there's some positives they can pull from this.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to change the play again.
Got some bunch here to the left. Wonder if they'll run some sort of combination route. Nope, back.
Oh, just off the fingertips. I don't know if the defenseman got a hand on it or not, but Gartland was waiting for the ball, and at the last second, it just flitted away.
Yeah, and that was, they ran that deep corner fade, and that was a sort of a fake fade to the out there, and Millen put it the only spot where it could have been played by Gartland. It looked like, you're right, maybe a white hand got in there, but unfortunate. But again, so if I'm Coach Watkins, I'm talking about the positives. That was a nice drive, and they were able to move the ball both through the air and on the ground, and now just for Thomas, they want to get out injury free. This is the longest minute. It's towards the end of the game.
Well, I just wonder with Coach Watkins not using any of his timeouts on this last drive, I just wonder if the Titans kneel the ball down, if he's going to use those timeouts or just let the game flit away.
Yeah, they've got to move forward because Smith's in his end zone. Yeah, I think it's just going to let it run here. It's been a well fought game on both sides of the ball. And Thomas made the plays when they needed to, Bob, and that's what you want to see. I mean, the scoreboard is going to show a Thomas Titan win, and well deserved for sure. But the Warriors have nothing to be ashamed about.
Absolutely not. No, they really showed themselves well, especially with a young quarterback in there, and having lost some really key players from last year's team.
And in a way, for Coach Duschel, I think this is a little bit of a wake-up call. Maybe their guys were thinking that they were a little bit better maybe than they were, and now they know they're going to have a hard week of work, and I'm sure Coach Duschel is going to get them ready to play Victor.
So here we go as the last few seconds tick away to the end of a game that was just another one of those crosstown battles between the Warriors and the Titans, and we see the final score is Thomas Titans 27, Webster Warriors 10, and you can hear the crowd. There's still a lot of fans here that are just cheering for both teams, and it was a really, really great contest. Well, we're going to wrap this up. It was a great contest tonight. Very challenging for both teams, both coaches. All the players played well and hard. I enjoyed working with you on this game tonight, Terry, as I always have.
Always a pleasure, Bob.
And I just want to thank all the listeners for tuning in over 15 years at the basketball games and the football games. And it was really great working with Dan DeWitt and Kathy Streit on their technical expertise of bringing these games right into your living room and now onto the internet as well. So once again, I want to thank you for listening all these years. Keep tuning in to Webster football, Webster basketball. It's great events for the family. It's great for the community. And I just want to remind you to tune in next week at 7 o'clock on Channel 15 when Victor visits the Titans. So thank you for everything. It was a great year. It was a great 15 years. Good night, everybody.